One. Welcome back, beautiful souls. This is Soldier of Light reporting for duty. And I have with me, I have the Prince of Peace with me here. So he's actually been, he volunteered so graciously to help me out today with his, I got your back, brother. I got your six. I'm going to go ahead and help you with your chats. And if you want some help, I'm like, sure. It's awesome, man. Definitely always looking for some help. So how you doing today, man?
I'm doing great. I have the little starseed with me. We just got back from the pool. It's been a great day. It's been a very blissed day. Really good. After yesterday and getting everything off my chest, and I finally feel like free. I feel like I have my power, all of my power, my freedom, my voice. It's a beautiful day. Absolutely beautiful day.
That's what it's all about, man. That's what it's all about. That voice, when it starts to just flow, it's so beautiful, man. It's what people, it's so empowering, and that's the thing, is taking your power back. And once you start to stand in it, you don't want to give it away. You want to keep it. You want to keep building that power. And that's the amazing part, man. I've seen you grow so much, dude, and proud of you for what you said last night. It was hard to say the things that you said. I know that you've been contemplating it a while and how you should present it. But I feel like it was a very soul cleansing moment. And many of you commented, and we read all your comments. A lot of you guys, we're not telling you to agree or disagree with us, because some of these things that you're going to hear some really rough things sometimes. And we're just speaking our truth from our perspective. We feel things are based on the experiences we've had. And that's the reason why we just share the things that we do. We're not hiding things from people. There's been way too much of that. I feel like in the truther community, there's been way too much subversion, way too much misinformation. There's been a lot of plants put into these movements to deceive people. I'm not saying that's the case with we know that we've talked about everybody, but there's a lot of them that have been put in place just to make money. And we're not all about that. We're beyond that. We're in a higher vibrational level. And some of the stuff you may think of last night, that was low vibration. That's not low vibration. I think that's the highest vibrational thing you can do, is take your power back. Even if you disagree with what was said or what you heard, it's still so empowering for people. And I feel like that's the biggest thing for the light you could ever do, that God would commend you for, is taking your strength back and speaking truth, because God wants you to speak truth, even if it's hard. He wants you to speak that. It's pretty amazing stuff to see. And see, when I said God, it was 107 people in the chat. I'm telling you, it's so divine, the things that are going on. And so we want to tell you guys, thank you guys for the support. Your guys' feedback has been amazing on this channel, on his channel. The Light Warrior Network is growing by the day, and it's all because of you guys. We guys are fighting this together. That's an amazing part of this whole thing, man. This has been a great ride so far, and this is only the beginning, bro. Only the beginning for us, man. So.
No, I agree. And before we get started tonight with the Soldier of Light, he is taking your questions live. So go ahead and send them on in, and we'll get to them tonight. We're going to get about 25 questions in. Right now, we're at 12. So I'll be on the lookout for that ticker. Before we get started, I would like to say a prayer for this channel, for this show right now, if you don't mind, Soldier of Light.
Nope. Let's do it, man.
All right, because what we did yesterday was absolutely epic, dropping truth bombs left and right. Hiroshima truth bombs dropped last night. And just say a prayer for us, a protection, and we're going to go ahead and get started doing your questions for tonight. And then, of course, tomorrow night, we're going to be dropping a lot more truth at 5:15 Pacific Standard Time on the Light Warrior Network. We're going to be dropping Hiroshima truth bombs tomorrow at 5:15. So tonight, you guys have the mic. You guys have your questions. They'll be asked, answered, and we'll get to it. Sound good?
Sounds good, man.
Here we go. Heavenly Father, I just pray and I lift up my brother, the Soldier of Light, Jason Ramirez, and I also lift up myself and everyone in this chat and everyone who's going to be watching this show in the future. I pray that we continue to fight the good fight and reveal truth, and we expose those of the dark and we defeat the dark one show at a time. I'm asking for the protection of my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And I'm also asking for all of his angelic hosts to be watching over us and speaking through us as we speak this truth. And of course, I also want to send out all of this prayer and love to everyone who is watching and anyone that is going through a tough time. I pray that they would have the faith of David to go through and fight their battles. Lord, we know that you are with us, protecting us, and we are divinely guided. We thank you, we love you, and it's in your holy name that we pray. And so be it, and so it is, and so it shall be.
So it shall be. Wow.
All right, brother.
Amazing stuff, man. That's good stuff. My lights are getting brighter right now because that was amazing. So they're protecting me. I can see my lights getting brighter around me just from the fact of what you just said. See, now it's starting to get darker because I acknowledged it. So that's good stuff, man. You send some good energy. That's amazing. So that's what it's all about, man. Taking each other, taking care of each other, getting each other sick. And these are difficult times we're living in, guys. This is not an easy journey for any of us. And this is all about, we're making difficult decisions for things. Learning about difficult things. So we're going to keep pushing forward, guys. Keep pushing forward.
Absolutely.
All right. You want to get rolling?
Yep. I got your back and I got everyone else's back as we go forward and exposing the truth 1,000%. All right, here we go. First question we have from Sharon Fairchild. She wants to know, things are changing. Can I get a read for the next 30 days, please? And thank you, my soldier. So she just wants to get a general reading for the next 30 days. Sharon Fairchild.
All right, Sharon, let's see what we got for you. Whew. I feel like there's something good coming for you, Sharon, in the next 30 days, because I have the Page of Wands. So I don't know if you're wanting to go take a trip somewhere, maybe to see young ones, or you've been contemplating, because I have 2 pages in this pull. So it tells me there's something that you're maybe excited about, or maybe you wanted to plan. I'm going to have the 10 of Pentacles after that. So it tells me the next 30 days, maybe you're going to be around family. Something, that's what I keep getting, family. Family. There's also tells me like, maybe there's something financially you've been waiting for that maybe will start to come your way. I'm going to have the 6 of Swords. So it tells me maybe a trip, a travel, as I mentioned. It also tells me things are transitioning for you. And things are changing. This is exactly right. That's the center of the reading, is that 6 of Swords. So moving out of troubled waters. But it also tells me there's something you need to let go of from your past. That means leaving old baggage behind. Then I have the Page of Pentacles. So it tells me you've been manifesting something. I don't know if you've been trying to call in more money, abundance to yourself, something along that line. But I also feel like there's something to do with young ones, or something, maybe that there's something involving that. Maybe manifesting going to see them, something like that. Because I have the 8 of Wands, so it tells me a trip. Maybe some news you've been waiting for is going to start to come to you. It also tells me movement. So I see movement in your future in these next 30 days. And I feel the Empress card. So the Empress card tells me some type of parenting, some type of nurturing, something that you've been doing maybe. I don't know if you're going to be taking a trip somewhere that's going to be around trees and woods as well, because I feel maybe something close to nature with that. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of, you're going to be secure. The abundance, I feel like financially you're going to be okay. And it tells me like the Ace of Cups is holding up my whole reading. So it tells me things are starting to flow for you. So if there's been a delay, or you said things are changing, things are starting to flow. The love is going to start to flow again. So it tells me this is something that is divine in nature, and this is what you're meant to do. So it tells me this is the trip. I feel a trip, something along a trip or something you've been contemplating. It tells me this is going to start to fall into place for you with some finances. So I hope that resonated with you, Sharon. Looks like this is a beautiful pull for you for the next 30 days. So stay high vibe, and thank you for the super chat. And I'd love to hear your feedback for all your readings, like I always ask for, guys. So I hope that resonated with you, and thank you.
Awesome, brother. Yeah, Sharon, if it did resonate with you, go ahead and put it into the chat, and I will go ahead and look for it, and then we'll share it. So thank you so much, Sharon, for the super chat. Here's another one from Damian Owens. Lady D, in her reading, brought up that there's someone working on my estate case in the background. Who is this person? I've been pro se this whole time.
So pro se is representing themselves, is what that would mean. So let's see. I'm going to ask if there's someone working on your case behind the scenes. I want to see what I get. I get there. I feel, I'm not saying that Lydia's D is wrong, but maybe that's what she got at the time. So I get there's no one is working on your case specifically, like behind the scenes. I get the hangman. So it tells me that there's something that you like, there's been a delay in stuff from your, so whatever this is has been a delay. But it also tells me though that your things are going to change. So things are changing from the past, that delay. So things are moving along because I have the 7 of Wands. That tells me that's also another no card for me. Tells me you are you're almost there. You need to persevere. It tells me that you've had challenges, okay, and there's been a lot of competing things that have been going on in your life. But it tells me like this is what's meant to happen because the Temperance card is the center of the reading. So the Temperance card tells me remain calm in divine timing. Things are going to be okay. This is a good this is a good turning point for you. That tells me things are moving along. And I have the 2 of Swords. So the 2 of Swords tells me that there's a stalemate still. So it means difficult decisions. There's things that maybe you've been doing, maybe some communications that you've received that have put things on hold. Also tells me there's some difficult decisions that have been weighed and things that you've been contemplating because I have the Sun card as the result. So the Sun card tells me that you are going to be successful. This is going to happen for you. As I mentioned, I feel in a couple of these readings I've done for you on and off. If I remember correctly, because I usually don't remember them. But I remember telling you that this is going to happen. It's going to happen in divine timing. And I know it's not happening rapidly for you because the Temperance card comes up again. Good omen. But the Sun card is also one of the best cards you can get in this deck as a result. And it's telling me that this is going to be joy, happiness. And the child on the horse, you're the child. This is regarding your dad's estate. If there's anyone working on it in the background, it is a trustee of the trusts. Whoever's been put in charge as the trustee is who would be working. So I feel that there is somebody working for the trust, not specifically for you. So I feel like maybe that's maybe what I'm saying is not working on your behalf. They're working on the behalf of the trust because this is a trust transaction. So it tells me the trustee is the one that's managing these legal things. And that's what their responsibility is for. I have the 4 of Pentacles holding up my whole reading. So it tells me security is coming for you, financial security, but also tells me there's things that they're holding on to right now. Okay, so it tells me that's that deadlock. Financial is releasing the finances is what the holdup is right now. They're going to release the finances, but the trustee is working through this scenario. So that tells me they want you to maintain persistence. Respond how you're supposed to respond, so on and so forth. If you're pro se, that means you're representing yourself. So it means continue to represent yourself and respond within the 72 hours of responding and receiving something. These are all laws, and hope that you're, as a pro se, that you do fully understand what you're doing with this, so you come out on the end. But it tells me that you're being divinely protected. And the Temperance card tells me that God is intervening with this and the angels. So it tells me that you're going to be secure, but right now things are on hold. The money is being held back currently. So the trustee is going to work through this is what I'm getting. So I hope that resonated with you, Damien, and thank you for the super chat.
Beautiful read for Damien. Thank you so much, Damien, for the super chat. We do have Sharon. She went ahead and shared. She said trip could be a surprise for me, but I'm game. So it resonates. Cool. Yeah, the trip would be a surprise for her. So thank you so much, Sharon. Here's our next question. She also sent in a super chat for a thank you, a tip. So thank you so much, Sharon.
Thanks, Sharon.
Here's another one coming in. We have it coming from DHP Jr. The Nevada Triangle connects Fresno, Reno, and Las Vegas. It's just as lethal as the Bermuda Triangle, and it has already claimed over 2,000 aircrafts. I have not heard of this. What do the cards say about this Nevada Triangle? I'm intrigued. This is a great question.
He always brings good questions. He always brings out of the box ones that I'm like, I've never heard any of this stuff. Let's see what we have to say. Okay, so I got the High Priestess card. So there's something divine in nature or connected maybe with the ley lines or something along that line is what I'm kind of getting here. There's a lot of sensitive energy around this triangle, as you mentioned. And I have the Knight of Wands. So it tells me that there is there's actions have been taken. So it tells me like during movement with that Knight of Wands. So during a movement, that tells me that things do get moved along. And I have the King of Pentacles. King of Pentacles tells me absolutely. So this is something that's been happening for a while, and it tells me that there's something there. Like it can involve prosperity. It can involve a lot of different energies. So it tells me that this could be used for the dark, or it could be used for energies that are very good. And I feel like this is the Hangman also tells me after that maybe things aren't as they appear. At times, it tells me some type of release, some energy is released, maybe, and these aircrafts are whatever. If they disappear or they crash, there's something that's released, because it tells me maybe sacrifices are involved with this. I keep getting possible sacrifices around these triangles, is what I'm kind of getting at. And I have the Seven of Wands. So yes, there's a lot of they've been fighting over this triangle, the good and the dark. I feel, because this tells me maintaining something. They're trying to maintain control. It tells me a defensive standpoint. So they've been very defensive of this energy. And I have the Ace of Pentacles. So yes, absolutely. There's something to do with this tangibly. So it tells me like manifestation. So it tells me they can use this triangle, this energy, these ley lines, or whatever this triangle is. They can use it for the good. And I feel like they've used it for ritual sacrifices. And that's what I feel like they've done with this energy. But it also tells me that it can be in the future, it's going to be used for something good. It tells me in the future that this is going to be flipped, and it's going to be used, as I mentioned in the beginning with the High Priestess card. There's something divine with this. There's wisdom, a lot of wisdom associated with this triangle. And it tells me in the future that's what's going to come back and make things abundant for the good's going to take it over, or use it for the good. Because I have the Five of Wands holding up my whole reading. Tells me conflicts have happened. Tells me strife, tension. So right now I feel like the energy, they've used it for dark compared to the light. But I feel like this is going to flip for us for the benefit in the future. So I hope that resonated with the DHP, and thank you for the super chat.
Yes, thank you so much, DHP. So for those watching, I want to bring up a little visual, because I've never heard of this before, but there it is. There's the Nevada Triangle.
Wow.
In Area 51. This is very interesting. I'm going to have to go back and research this on my own. Excellent question, DHP Jr. I love it. And thank you so much for the super chat. Here's another one. It's from Sadie Clark. Sadie Clark wants to know, would like to know what's coming in the next 6 months for me. Sadie Clark, thank you so much for the super chat. I see a lot of familiar faces in the chat. The chat is absolutely high vibrational, and it's great to see you guys back again. And we cannot wait to do our show tomorrow to drop more truth bombs on the Light Warrior Network. 5:15 Pacific Standard Time.
All right, Sadie. I feel like there's something from your past that's going to come forward. So they also tell me with the next 6 months, I feel like this is a time for you to rest. The biggest message that they're telling me, Sadie, is this is a renewal phase for you. And it also tells me that they want you to reflect. So it tells me maybe something from your childhood, something along that line. It tells me that they want you to do, this is a renewal phase for you, okay, within the next 6 months. And I have the King of Cups. So it tells me that they want you, I feel like you're very empathic, and they're telling me that your energy, you feel others' energy. Those are telling me that you're going to have emotional balance coming, because I feel like maybe you've been a little out of balance at times. And I have the Queen of Cups. So there's nurturing happen. There's healing for you. So something from your past, I feel from your childhood, maybe something along that line that they're telling me is time to renew, something that you need to recuperate, something you need to take care of. They're telling me in the next 6 months, because that tells me healing, nurture yourself. That tells me that rest, that renewal, that nurturing. That's what they want you to do. Care for yourself, because they're telling me in the next 6 months, you may be financially more independent. It tells me maybe something, the fruits of your labor, the things that you're going to work on are going to come to fruition for you. It tells me self-sufficiency. It tells me, becoming, taking your power back, your strength back, being strong-willed is what they're telling me. Because the Ace of Cups, So I don't know if you're in a relationship or something, and they're telling me in maybe the next 6 months, maybe if you're, I don't know if you're married, maybe you're going to be proposed to, maybe a new love coming into your life, or some renewal of a love. If you have maybe some issue from a relationship, possibly, as I'm mentioning, from your past, maybe this is going to be renewed and there's going to be some healing, because it tells me things are going to flow again. Okay. And I have the 10 of Cups as my final pull. So it tells me this is fulfillment is coming for you. Okay. Sadie tells me that completion, tells me family contentment. So if there's something, maybe a disconnect with family members, I feel like that's going to be completed and that loop is going to be closed. And it tells me that you're divinely loved. Okay. So you're supported. They also say to trust yourself. You don't trust yourself enough, because the Fool card tells me like, this is a new journey for you. That's what's holding up my whole reading. You're on a journey. Okay. It means trust. Have that divine trust again, because I feel like this is something that you're learning. That tells me an opportunity is coming for you, a good one. And it tells me that this opportunity is going to take you on another path in your journey. And this is something that's meant to be. So I hope that resonated with you, Sadie. And thank you for the super chat.
Yes, thank you so much, Sadie, for the super chat, and hopefully everything works out with you. I love this. I love it. I love the energy of today's show. Soldier of Light's bringing it, and the energy in the chat. I feel you guys. I feel you guys so much. It's amazing how you just get something lifted off your shoulders, and just like it kind of radiates throughout the community. And I saw Ocean Odell. Thank you all to the Guardians who are squashing these trolls left and right. Couldn't do the show efficiently without you guys. So we do appreciate you guys so much. DHP Jr. got some feedback. Yes, it sure did. Soldier is beating the readings like a punching bag. I tell you this, Soldier of Light is definitely the best reader for me. I could just speak for myself. For me, the guy reads me and knows me as a book, as a brother, and as a reader, absolutely knows me like a book. So I'm so thankful for him. Let's go ahead and get to another question, Soldier. Let me just know if you need to take a break.
Yeah, good. That's roll, man.
Rural Country, thank you so much for the super chat. Would you please do a general reading for the next 3 months for me? Thank you. Rural Country, I love your pets. Looks like some golden retrievers there. I love golden retrievers. All right, let's see what the Soldier of Light has in store for Rural Country in the next 3 months.
Okay, I'm picking my cards. Funny, I got the Ace of Water, Ace of Cups. So it tells me something is going to flow for you, okay? So it tells me like this is a spiritual growth for you. This is an emotional growing time for you, okay? That's what they're telling me. And a new phase is coming, okay? So it also tells me the Two of Cups. So I don't know if you're in a relationship. It tells me there's going to be some type of partnership, some type of renewal. Also tells me like this is something that you're meant to some resolution. If you've had any type of things that you kind of been battling, tells me resolution is coming with these Two of Cups. Then I have the Unity card. So the Unity card tells me like they want you to continue to, that's like the Hierophant. So it tells me that you're very traditional. It tells me that you have traditional viewpoints on things. So it tells me that this is something that they want you to continue to stay what you feel resonates with you, what's truth for you, with that Unity card. And I have the Queen of Swords or the Queen of Air. So the Queen of Swords tells me that you need to stand in your energetic boundaries. And it tells me that there's truths. You're standing in your truth. They want you to take your power back, okay? It tells me that they want you're going to have mental clarity, because I feel there are some things that you've been contemplating or weighing. So I feel like there's been a little bit of imbalance. It tells me there's going to be mental clarity coming for you with that Queen of Swords. Then I have the Sun card. The Sun card tells me the next 3 months for you is going to be, you're going to have some great awakenings. You're going to have some happiness. So the things that you've been, see, my nose is itching. So it tells me that there's things coming for you. Things are coming for you, okay? So it tells me that with this Ace of Cups, the energy is going to flow for you. Okay, it tells me love, tells me something along that line, and tells me like the Sun card, you're going to be happy. You're going to be joyful in these next 3 months. You're going to see some things move along that you've been waiting for. So it tells me success, okay? And then I have the Two of Fire or the Two of Wands. So it tells me plan something. It tells me to continue. They want you to continue to plan your future. It tells me you're making great progress. Even if you don't feel like it, they're telling me things have been planned. You've laid this out, continue to make the progress towards it. And it tells me that there's things are going to move forward. Okay. Things are moving forward. Like I mentioned, have been stale stalemated for you. And then the world card. So there's things that you need to complete. Okay, it tells me karmic cycles are completing. Okay, so it tells me with the world card, you're going to accomplish them. It's going to be a turning point for you. And it tells me like completion. You're completing this. And the 10 of Cups is, believe it or not, a different deck from the last reading. The 10 of Cups is holding up my reading. So it tells me fulfillment, tells me happy, joy, tells me your family life or your personal life is really going to improve. And you're going to have more closure for some of these things that maybe you've been waiting for or contemplating. So it tells me this good things are coming for you. Keep working. The energy is starting to flow that's been stagnant. That's what they're telling me from the past. So things are going to start to flow. Okay. So that's what they're telling me, that their next 3 months, you're making great progress. Hope that resonated with you, and thank you for the super chat.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the super chat, Rural Country. Thank you so much. Love and strength to you. All right, here we go. DHP Jr. Let's see if he's going to do it again. He says, have both the U.S. and Russia worked together as a team behind our backs, and have they already visited the majority of the planets in our solar system? What in the woo-woo? I love it. All right, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it right here. We've reached our maximum capacity for super chat. So tonight, super chats are closed for tonight. Thank you guys so much for all the super chats that have come in so far. So if you guys are just now tuning in, no more super chats for tonight. We've reached our maximum capacity.
Okay, I got the Ace of Cups or Ace of Water first. So it tells me yes, very much so. Something was proposed. So I feel like this was proposed from the U.S. to team up, because I have the King of Air. So it tells me a leader, some type of leader. So it tells me let's bring some clarity and truth to this world. Let's fight together. And I feel like there was a lot of emotional considerations and a lot of things that went into this planning, because I have the Two of Cups or the Two of Water. So it tells me proposal, team, or partnership. So yes, there was a partnership 1000% with this. And I have the Seven of Pentacles or the Seven of Earth. So it tells me like this is something they've been working on behind the scenes. They're mastering. This stuff has been very masterful, the plan that's been put into place. So that tells me they worked on this. This was planned before they even started to initiate. This is the art of war that you already won before the battles even started. So this is what they've been working on. I have the Seven of Cups or Seven of Water. So it tells me like maybe some things that we're seeing maybe aren't exactly true is what I'm kind of getting. So it tells me maybe some allusions to what these things that we're kind of contemplating or being presented to us, because there's things going on behind the scenes. Okay. So it tells me like this is also, I feel like with this is something they want research done on. Spirit just told me this needs to be researched more. So this tells me like there's some things that they want us to start to dig into a little bit more, so we can start to figure out and understand what this is about. Because I have the Queen of Pentacles. This is done to help. This is something that they're putting into practice. So whatever that they've been planning is being put into practice right now. And it's something that is going to be beneficial. I feel like financially and security-wise for the world is what I'm getting with this situation. Because the King of Water or the King of Cups. So it tells me, yes, this is something they're doing from a good place in their heart. It tells me with the King of Cups or the King of Water, also maybe things are a little bit shrouded in mystery about this alignment or this allegiance. So it tells me this is exactly what's going on. And then the Nine of Swords. So it tells me like the stuff that they're putting out is the opposite, that we're against Russia. So they got the Nine of Swords that creates fear directive and narrative. That also creates sleepless nights and people having anxieties about things going on. And it tells me that's exactly what they wanted, self-fulfilling. And then the Magician card, as I mentioned, with the King of Cups or the King of Water, things look here while this goes on over here. So this is like the magician, the distraction. So they're telling me that what you see and is presented isn't exactly what's going on. And then the Two of Pentacles. So yeah, right now they're trying to balance. Things are out of balance, so they're trying to help restore balance is what I'm getting. And the Justice card is holding up my whole reading. That tells me the Justice card, they're bringing justice 1000%. They're bringing balance back to things, and tells me that the stuff that they're doing is going to have a huge effect on the world. Okay. So that's what they're telling me. So yes, absolutely. And they have visited the solar system, because the 7 of Earth was like right after the 2 of Cups. So it tells me that they have traveled to other destinations within our solar system is what I'm kind of getting. So, yep. Hope that resonated with you. And super chat.
Very interesting. I love it. Thank you so much, GHP Jr. for the super chat. And he has some feedback. He says, like, you're on point. You're on point, brother. Let me go and find it. It was just coming in. So, guys, if you're just now tuning in, no more super chats at this time, please. We've reached our maximum capacity when it comes to the super chats. This is what I want to. People are asking, like, did I burn my Dodger gear yet? Not yet. I will. I know I'm wearing a Dodger hat right now. I will burn it. Promise. I just came back from the pool and I need to. I didn't have time to do my hair, if you know what I mean. So I just threw on a hat. But I will go ahead and I will burn it. I will make sure that everyone is aware that I am denouncing the Los Angeles Dodgers publicly 1,000%. So thank you so much, DHP Jr., for that super chat. Here's another one from Such a Lady Love. Such a Lady Love would like to know a general reading, please. And thank you so much, the Soldier of Light. So the last person, I'll go ahead and make an exception. It's Irene H. Yes, you can get a reading, but you're the last one. So no more super chats, please, at this time. Super chats are closed for the rest of the evening.
Such a lady. So I don't know if it tells me, I don't know if there's the Knight of Cups is what I get. So it tells me that I don't know if you're getting invited to an event or something along that line. It tells me maybe you may get something proposed to you, some type of invitation somewhere. It also tells me, though, that they want you to follow your heart. So I don't know, whatever you've been going through, it tells me that they want you to start trusting yourself and following your heart. Because I have the 6 of Cups. Okay, so the 6 of Cups tells me that they want to, that's something they want you to find joy in your heart. They want you to find something that makes you happy. And it tells me it's also that they also want you to, something from your past. I keep getting something that needs to be, that's coming forward. It tells me that they want you to address this, address this previous interaction or something that happened from your childhood is what they're telling me, because it tells me the Page of Swords. There's been a lot of mental racing thoughts in your mind I keep getting. So it keeps getting maybe like there's a lot of conflicting information that's kind of going through your mind. You have a lot of racing thoughts are telling me. And it tells me, and also the Page of Swords. So it tells me something from childhood, something that maybe keeps coming back and reoccurring is what I'm kind of getting. And it tells me that there's plans. You need to change the plans that you've been making. They're telling me this is how things are changing for you. So it tells me there's some things you need to let go of, okay? And then the King of Water, or the King of Cups. So it tells me like they want you to open your heart. They tell me that maybe your heart's been a little hurt, or maybe your heart's been kind of shut down a little bit, or like I know many of us have. They're telling me they want you to open your heart. That's what that Knight of Cups also told me in the beginning, is follow your heart. They want you to start to open that up more and start to feel and start to let things go. So it tells me that there's also be careful who you let around you. That's what they just told me. Be careful who you let around you, because I feel like that has an effect on your energy as well. Because I have the 9 of Swords or the 9 of Air. That tells me maybe sleepless nights, tells me anxieties. Maybe I don't know if you have anxiety, because I feel like your mind races a lot. So it tells me that this is something that you need to kind of take a breath. Let's calm the mind down by just even slowing your breathing down will calm your mind down, because they're telling me that there's something that you need to fulfill, something within yourself that you need to fulfill. Okay. So they're telling me that this is what they want you to do. And I have the 9 of Pentacles. You're going to be successful at it. Okay. It tells me that this is your fruits of your labor are going to come to fruition for you. It tells me you're going to stand in your strength again, that taking and self empowerment, self pleasure, like pat yourself on the back, tell yourself you love you, things like that. Be proud of yourself. That's what they're telling me, because I feel like you don't do enough of that. And I feel like the energies around you sometimes pull you down. And I feel like the energies make you second guess yourself, make you worry about others. And it makes your mind just kind of spin and spin and spin is what I kind of feel. Because I have the Three of Pentacles. So it tells me that you're building something. Okay. So it tells me like this is something you're building, that foundation for yourself. And it tells me like you're not working only with yourself, you're working with your guides. Your guides are telling me very much so that they're helping you build yourself up. So I don't know if this, maybe you're your harshest critic at times, because I feel like you beat yourself up a lot. So tell me they're helping you build yourself up with this situation. I have the Page of Cups. So the Page of Cups holding up my whole reading, it tells me find something that you're good, or try to find something that makes you, that opens your creative juices, something that you want to do, something you enjoy doing, they're telling me, because they're telling me with that Page of Cups that you're a dreamer. They want you to dream more. Find out what inspires you. Find out what you want, what brings joy to your heart, even if you've never done it. They're telling, don't be afraid to branch out and try this, because I feel that it's going to make your heart sing. You're going to heal through this. So I don't know if maybe like some type of artistic, something artistic, or something that you would do that I feel like is going to bring you a lot of happiness and closure, because I feel like it's going to challenge you. It's something that, and I feel like that's going to build you. When you accomplish these things, you're going to feel very confident in yourself. So I feel like this is a huge thing for you, spiritual enlightenment. And this is something that they want you to continue to build on. So they're acknowledging this for you. So hopefully that resonated with you, and thank you for the super chat.
Yes, thank you so much. Such a lady, love it. And Ocean Odell, he's absolutely on fire in the chat, lifting up the vibration, one comment at a time. Absolutely love that, Ocean Odell. I love it. Here's another question coming from Caroline. Sweet Caroline Hendrickson wants to know, was I being blocked by an entity? Did I break free finally? If yes.
Let's find out. Just being blocked, Caroline. I get the Sun card. So you were being blocked. Okay. And I feel this entity has been around you since you were young. That's what they're telling me. This is something from when you were younger. And I'm not saying like childhood, but maybe when you're younger, like younger teenage years, something like that. I feel like this energy is kind of hung around you. But it tells me some type of rebirth is coming. It came from that. Okay. It tells me you've moved on. You did break free, because I have the Two of Wands. So this is telling me like you're discovering these things. So it tells me like this is something that you're discovering about yourself. And also tells me that you're making progress. You're making progress from that blockage, and you're moving forward is what they're telling me with that Two of Wands. And then I have the Six of Cups. Once again, it's from your past, something from your childhood. That's like the third reading in a row. Six of Cups has come up in different decks. So it tells me things from childhood. So it tells me maybe when you were younger, not little, but it tells me something maybe from your childhood. This energy has been around you. And I feel like they've hindered you at times, because the Four of Swords comes up. So it tells me maybe I feel like you feel lonely sometimes, even if there's others around you, is what I just got. So I feel like maybe when you're very reclusive is when this energy really hangs out with you, is what I kind of get. But they're telling me, though, this is something that was it's retreating. You retreat it. You make it retreat. They're telling me with your intention and sending it away. So it tells me that it does come when you feel weak and you feel very solid. I don't know. I keep getting like solitude, and you like to retract to yourself. And I feel like that's when this thing likes to poke its head around and make itself known to you in some form or another. But it tells me it retreats when you take your power, because the King of Cups, it's when you're emotionally unbalanced at times is when this thing likes to creep around, this energy. And it tells me, though, that this, because you're very empathic, so your energy is a beacon is what I get. Okay. And then the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles tells me is when you're in a bad state of mind. when you'll start to feel your energy get sucked. You'll feel you don't feel good. You'll get a headache, or you don't feel well. They're telling me it's when you have that lack of mentality, that fear mentality of the unknown, and you start to retreat because you don't have the answers that you're looking for yet. So it tells me that's the biggest time that this thing likes to creep around. I mean, it's been with you since you were young. But the Queen of Swords tells me energetic boundary. Once again, protect yourself. Okay. Protect yourself of what you put out and is what you're going to receive. So it also tells me that you're taking your power back with that Queen of Swords. That's what makes this thing retreat, is when you take your power back and you stand in your truth and you speak it. I feel like you've spoken something to this thing. I don't know if you've spoken it out loud, but I keep seeing you've told this thing, you've acknowledged it. It knows that you know. So I feel like your intention is what sends it away. So on the Three of Wands tells me it travels. It travels. It comes and goes. So it's up to you to keep it away, is what they're telling me at times. So it tells me you're making great progress. This is part of your spiritual expansion because you're taking your power back and sending it away. So it tells me that you've had this since you were young. Like I would say, maybe I'm seeing 11-year-old girl, 12-year-old-ish, something like that, right about the transition before you start to become a woman. Is this about the time I feel like this energy has been around you? And this is a male energy that's around you. So I hope that resonated with you, and thank you for the super chat.
Very interesting, Soldier of Light. Yeah, we all need to be more conscious of the energies that we let around ourselves. That's a very good point for everyone. I love it. Such a Lady Love says, thank you, Jason. Everything you said is 1,000% right. You are the best. There he is, Soldier of Light. That's why you guys tune in, because he's absolutely on fire with the cards. All right, brother. Let's go ahead and get to
So Caroline just responded.
Okay, where's Caroline at?
Right here.
Okay.
I have told it I do not consent. Thank you for that info. I knew you spoke to it. They told me you speak to it. Good. So now you know what they're telling you. You've been doing great. So keep it up. It's been around you for a while. So keep it away. Thanks, Caroline. Sorry, dude. I didn't mean to interrupt. I just wanted to see a feedback.
No, you're good. I pulled up the starred ones. DHP Jr. Why did Jehovah change his name from Yahoo to Jehovah? Also, were we putting curses and dark spells on ourselves when verbalizing or using Yahoo Mail? Very interesting.
Why did he change his name? Okay, that's the first question.
Correct.
Well, the change did happen 1,000% in the past because I got the Wheel of Fortune card. That's a change. Okay. So it tells me it was inevitable because what they're telling me that this was something that was a destiny thing, a cycle. So it was meant to happen. I have the 10 of Pentacles. So I feel it was changed to protect his family or some type of legacy he used, that this name that was associated with it was to change it. And I feel like in the Knight of Pentacles, so I don't know, it's to conserve. It was to conserve something. I feel like maybe family or lineage or name, or because I don't really know much about the Jehovah and all that stuff, but it tells me, or with the Yahoo or whatever, it tells me there's a lot of hard work that went on with this energy. And it tells me this was something that they did. They were very responsible. I feel like they were a hard worker. They were truthful, is what I get with the Knight of Pentacles. And I have the King of Wands. So it tells me there was some type of leader. It was a leadership, and it was a protective. So I feel like it was protective. So I feel like he was presented this from a king. So I don't know if that's God or a king, maybe, that this energy was around. Mentioned this to protect him. And this was a protective type of energy. Reason why they changed it was to protect. And I feel like this is something that they, to overcome challenges. And I have the Page of Pentacles. They did it to protect the offspring. That's the reason why they did. I feel like they changed names to protect the offspring moving forward, is what I kind of get with this, because the Two of Wands tells me this was planned. This stuff that was going on is planned. It's so that this line or whatever this situation was could progress the way it was supposed to. It tells me this was all planned. So everything that has happened with this scenario is exactly what it was meant to happen. They planned it out, and it was for, I think, protection for the young, the lineage and the young ones around him. And I feel like that's something that was, it was his protective way of doing that, is why I feel like, in a father figure. So I feel like somebody recommended to him to change it specifically for protection of the lineage. So, and I'm going to look at the second one. Hope that resonated with you. Also, we were putting curses and dark spells on ourselves when verbalizing or using that now. I can tell you all the stories that we think that we know aren't true. So, because even Q says who we think is bad and who is bad is really good. They tell you that the bad guys aren't always who we think they are, and the good guys aren't always who we think they are. For the second one, you're asking me putting curses. I have the Queen of Swords, so yes, there's energetic boundaries involved in this. Okay, there is truth to that statement. Then I have the Queen of Wands, so yes, it was a focus. So it tells me there is very much so when it comes to the verbalizing, and the Eight of Wands. So yes, the verbal, the things that move, the energy. There was energy moved in this, and I feel like there's this not spell or curses so much, but maybe there's some energy that was attached to it that was very low frequency and low energy. Because I have the Seven of Swords, so there was a strategy to this. It was very deceptive. So there's something that was put into place that was very deceptive when it comes to this. And I have the Three of Cups. So it tells me a group, whoever created this, it tells me that was their plan. That was what they were doing. It was very deceptive. And they were celebratory because of what we were doing. So it tells me that this is exactly what they wanted. And the Seven of Wands is holding up my reading. So it tells me like that was their way of maintaining control of us, of the energies. And it tells me like we were very defensive about things. And this was something that, because we weren't controlling our energy right. We weren't taking control. We weren't securing ourselves in the energetic boundary, is why this was the plan from the beginning, for very deceptive reasons of why they call these energies the way they do. So I feel when it comes to the Jehovah thing, I didn't see one bad card. I didn't get anything bad from the energy. So I don't know, I don't know much of the Bible stuff except for God, and tells me maybe there's something there that isn't exactly truthful. So I feel like there's something there why they changed all this, and they're using that certain name and flipping it. It tells me maybe they've done, if there's good things, they're flipping these names for bad, and that's what they're using it for. So they're using these names. It's a play on words. The forked tongue, the opposite is what they're telling me. So it tells me that they're using this, and then they use that as a reason to put this bad information out or make you feel your energy is being sucked from you from some of these programs. These programs weren't put in by accident. They were put in very much so with a plan. Right. And there was a reason why they put it together. And it was literally for energy. Everything they do is for energy. So hope that resonated with the DHP, and thank you for the super chat.
Yep. Thank you so much, DHP Jr., for the super chat. Here is, I just wanted to share this really quick. Chuck wanted to let you guys know that there's a Discord for you guys to go ahead and share links, music, affirmations, photos, and fur babies, and much more. So that's over there on Discord. There's the link there. Go ahead and click on it. And Chuck, if you're still watching, just go ahead and share it one more time so the people that are just now joining in can get that link. So thank you so much, Chuck, for keeping us all updated. All right, here's our next question for this evening. It is coming from Kendra, the Queen of Cups. She wants to know, hi, Jason. When we move to the 5D, will our angels and spirit guides leave us or be with us until we ascend to a higher dimension? I love that question. Very interesting.
Yeah, very much. I'm going to use my angel cards for that. Actually, I'm going to use my angel cards for that. I feel like this is a angel. What you're asking about angel, that's the perfect deck to use.
And just while SOULdier is shuffling his deck, DHP Jr. says, great reading, JR. And thank you, JB, as well. You're welcome, DHP Jr.
Okay. First thing, you asked, will they be with us? I asked, will they stay with us as we ascend for 5D for further ascension? And I got the Emperor card. That's my God card. Okay. And in this deck, it's also Archangel Michael. So it tells me, yes, 1000% God is your guides are with you all the time. So they're telling me even after you ascend to the 5D, they're also going to help you continue to build higher than that, because we're going to travel not just from the 5D, we're going to travel to many higher dimensions than that spiritually. You travel very high. So it tells me, yes, absolutely. And then I have the 10 of fire. So it tells me, though, that some of them may leave. Some of them may leave. They may have completed their journey. So it tells me, I feel like some of them will stay, but some of them won't. So it tells me when they're completion, when things are completed. It also can mean, though, that your guides will stay with you until you're completed all the way back to heaven, back to source, is what they're telling me. Because they're telling me maybe some will leave when things are completed, okay? When your hard work is completed. And then the Magician card. So the Magician card tells me, like, they're going to help you manifest the ascension that you do. They continue to help you. That's what they're there to do. They're there to help you stand strong. Stand courageous. Be creative in the things that you do. Manifestations. They're going to help you with that as you manifest and continue on that journey. So some of them will I feel some will leave, as I mentioned before, and some will stay with you. Because the Two of Pentacles says maybe half, some of them will stay. As I mentioned, Two of Pentacles. So it tells me Two of Earth. So it tells me they're going to help you maintain your balance. So these guides that will stay with you as you ascend even further than 5D, they will fall off after their completion, after you've met your milestones and they've met their milestones. But some of them will stay with you forever. That Emperor card tells me there's some that will stay with you all the way till you're back to God. So it tells me with this situation that and the Ace of Cups, yes. So they're doing it out of love. So it tells me, yes, as you continue to ascend and flow, the divine love that you're going to receive, they're always going to be there to love you. But some may actually go off and help others at that point once you've accomplished the things that you need to accomplish. Because the Nine of Pentacles tells me self-sufficiency, okay, sovereignty. The more you take your sovereignty back, the more you're connected to God as a queen or a king. It tells me that's when they will continue to help you build that towards reaching that goal of being back to God, back to source. So they're telling me when they've completed their duties, they move on to something different and you move on to something different. But some of them will always stay with you forever. That's what their main mission is at that point, is to always stay with you unless you're back to source. So when you get back to source with God, then you're with God. But until you get back to source, you're going to have spirit guides that will stay with you, and some will leave when they've completed their mission. So hope that resonated with you, Kendra. Thank you for the super chat.
I absolutely love that question, Kendra. Beautiful answer as well, Soldier of Light. Absolutely. That resonated with me, and a lot of people enjoyed that question. So thank you so much, Queen of Cups, the original Queen of Cups, Kendra. Wanting to go to, okay, here it is. So Dorina, she did send in a super sticker, and then here's her question. Thank you so much, Soldier, for reminding me. I need to go back and look to see, because sometimes it doesn't come attached. But here's her question. Right. Hello, Jason. Can you tell me what's next for my husband and me? Thank you. I love it. A couple's reading. I love it. Great picture as well, Dorina. Beautiful picture.
Interesting. I swear I shuffle these cards. Okay, I have the Wheel of Fortune first. So it tells me like there is a turning point. There was a turning point in your past. So I don't know if things maybe it tells me though with this Wheel of Fortune though there was a turning point for the better. Okay, so it tells me there's been some ups and downs within your relationship, which is something that's happened, but a change needed to happen, or maybe you made some changes in your past. Because I have the Ten of Pentacles next again, so it tells me something to do with I feel like financially you guys are going to be okay. Feels like the legacy you leave behind are going to be okay. You're going to complete the things. You're going to have great success and completion, and long-term success. So it tells me that this, with the Knight of Pentacles, you've been working at this for some time. So it tells me like this is, you guys have taken responsibilities. And you have great responsibility. So it tells me though that you guys are continuing. You've been working towards these goals that you wanted to achieve together. Because I have the King of Wands. So the King of Wands tells me being in your strength, standing strong. Also tells me very protective. I feel like your husband is very protective of his family, and I feel like that's something that they're acknowledging right now. So it tells me you guys have had maybe your vision of how you wanted your life to be is changed. I feel. I keep getting a change, like maybe you how you envision your life. I feel like you guys are envisioning a different path, a different way you want this to move forward for you guys. Because I have the Five of Pentacles, so that tells me maybe there's a lack mindset sometimes, and I feel this may be with finances. At times is what I'm kind of getting is maybe there's some worries about maybe not having enough resources or enough things to do. But it also tells me maybe that these worries that I feel more of your husband. But I also feel you, Dorina, as well. But it tells me maybe you make yourself sick sometimes. And it tells me insecurities. Maybe there's some insecurities about some things. And it tells me the Page of Cups. So it tells me there's something a new opportunity is coming for you guys. It tells me that, once again, a surprise. And it tells me you're going to be happy with how things are moving forward in your future. You're going to have a happy surprise, okay? So it tells me, and then the Three of Swords tells me, though, that worry, fears, okay? There's fears there, maybe some heartbreak. Maybe that's the fear of being disappointed, or something along that line, I feel is what we're talking about. Because I have the Ten of Swords, so I don't know if there's something going on with you. You guys are going to complete this. I don't know if you guys have felt maybe betrayed, or maybe there's some strife or something that's been going on. Maybe around your life together. There tells me that's why I feel like maybe you're envisioning things a little differently. So it tells me that's going to come to completion. Okay. And I have that the Two of Pentacles tells me you guys are juggling some things. You're feeling a little out of balance maybe at this time. And that's what I kind of get is maybe that you're learning to adapt. So it tells me you're going to adapt to this. You're feeling a little out of balance. I have the Devil card comes out. So the Devil card tells me there's some type of shadow work that needs to be done. There's toxic, not saying like specifically you two, but there's something that's toxic involved. And I feel it's something to do toxic with money or toxic energies around you, something along that line that things need to be severed. Things need to be released is what I'm kind of getting with this situation, because I have the Eight of Cups. So I don't know if there's been contemplation about leaving where you're at, departing from something, moving along. You are going to move along. So it tells me that this is, and I also feel maybe a disappointment, maybe fear of disappointment at times, or being disappointed is what I kind of get the situation. But the Two of Wands tells me you're going to take a trip in your future. And I feel like, I don't know if it's like a move or a trip. It tells me they want you to plan this. Okay. So you've been planning, maybe you wanted to move and you see things a little differently. As I mentioned, I keep seeing that you guys are seeing your future together differently. And I have the Tower card holding up my whole reading. So it tells me maybe something's being revealed, revelations. The Tower card doesn't always mean like, oh my God, my life is going to be flipped upside down. It just means that things are changing. Things are being released. Things are that you've been maybe stagnant or waiting on. Things are going to be all of a sudden, it's going to be changed. It's going to change quickly. Okay. And it tells me things are going to be revealed for you. So it tells me revelations and things that you need to be awakened to. And I feel like that's what you guys are going through, right? You have some ups and downs and some disruptions at times is what I kind of feel. But it tells me you guys are planning. They want you to continue to plan how you want your future to be, because they're telling me that's exactly what you're meant to do. And that's what, by you planning and focusing on that the rest of the stuff will kind of just start to fall away because you're focusing your energy on the proper things. So I feel like you've looked at your life, how you've lived it, and maybe how you want to live it or what you're doing in the future is different than what you're doing now. So they're telling me that's the reason why you're feeling the way that you've been feeling. You maybe been out of balance. I feel a lot of worries about financial things. Is kind of what I'm getting at. So I hope that resonated with you, Dorina, and your husband, and thank you for the super chat.
Yes, thank you so much, Dorina, and thank you so much for all those who are watching the show tonight. Just want to give you guys you have feedback. You hear feedback, or is that just me?
I hear it from you sometimes.
I know.
Not all the time.
5:15 Pacific Standard Time. Me and the SOULdier Lightwear Network. Terry Mills would like to have a.
All right.
Why is there feedback?
I got the lover's card. So Terry, I don't know if you're in a relationship, but it tells me that there's going to be some harmony. So, or this is something you're working on. Okay, it tells me harmony within yourself and harmony with others. So it tells me there's strength. So I don't know if you're in a relationship. It tells me that this relationship that you're with or this partner, it tells me maybe it's someone that's very connected to you. I feel like you guys make each other stronger. There's someone around you. I don't know if it's a relationship. Maybe it's a relationship. It doesn't always have to be an intimate relationship. It could be somebody who you're very connected with, that you feel very strong with. And there's harmony and alignment coming. Because I have the Queen of Pentacles. So it tells me maybe financial for you as well. So it tells me the Queen of Pentacles, like being practical in the things that you do. It tells me you're very good at the things that you put into practice. So it tells me when you focus on something, you're very good at it. It also tells me, though, that this is something that I don't know if you're working, something to do with your finances and working. So I feel like this is something that is going to pay off for you, the things that you've been doing financially. And I have the Page of Pentacles. Once again, I keep getting Pentacles for you. So it tells me this is something that maybe skills you're learning or you're very skilled at what you do. I feel it tells me something like your desire. Things are developing for you. So things you've been waiting for, things are developing because it tells me you're manifesting some with that Page of Pentacles. And it tells me that the King of Swords, to remain disciplined, okay, with that King of Swords. So it tells me like mental clarity and strength. These things that maybe you've been contemplating tells me this is something that you're very good. You're a leader. So tell me you're a leader. So it tells me to continue to stay in your strength with this and remain disciplined. And I have the Six of Swords. So maybe I feel like you're going to take a trip. This is maybe somewhere in your future soon. I feel like you're going to start planning it. Okay. So it tells me that this is something that this trip that you're going to take may also bring some more clarity. They want you to plan a trip. It tells me this transition needs to happen. You need to take a move along for temporary, like the rest, to recuperate. It tells me this is something because there's something that will help you get past your hurdle. I feel like it's by taking this, because the Fool card comes out again, a trip. I keep getting a trip for you. There's a trip and you start to plan it. You need to plan it because this trip is going to help you on your journey. It's going to help you progress. Things that you've been waiting for have been stalemated or stagnated. Tells me this is part of the journey that you're going through. You're going to have that clarity. And I feel like this trip that you will plan will help with some of this clarity is what I'm getting. Because I have the Five of Wands. There's conflicts going on within your mind, but they're temporary. Tells me maybe there's some disagreements possibly with others around you. Something like that I keep getting. So it tells me that there's something involving this, that you will overcome this temporary obstacle. Because the Ace of Pentacles tells me financial opportunity. Something is coming. So something's going to be presented to you. I don't know if maybe what you're learning or maybe a new job, a new home. Something in your future I feel is going to come to you. You've been manifesting it. And it's something that's going to be divine in nature that God has given you. Because the King of Cups tells me, once again, emotional balance, maintaining balance, because I feel like sometimes there's some highs and some lows like we all have, that we need to do a better job, all of us, of kind of keeping those scales kind of as even as we can instead of being too high or too low. So it tells me that this trip I feel will be very emotionally fulfilling and balancing for you, that you'll take. So they're telling me they want you to acknowledge that there's something that you need to take a trip, even if it's short term, a day, 2 days, whatever it is that you need to do. And I feel like this will be something you'll get clarity from. So hopefully that resonated with you, Terry. And thank you for the super chat.
Thank you so much, Terry Mills, for the Do you have? You don't have anything on in the background. Do you?
Yeah, my. How's that?
Let's see. Okay.
I have my radio on.
Oh my gosh. People are saying that there's an echo. They're fooling with us, soldiers. They're trying to get to us.
Yep, they are too. Echo.
I know there is an echo. Oh, this is bad.
Let's see. I could mute mine while you talk, and we could do that maybe. See if that helps. I mean,
I think that's better. Okay. Perfect. I think that this is great. And then I could read the question, and then we'll just, they're trying to get to us, brother. We are dropping Hiroshima bombs left and right, and they're definitely messing with us. So guys, do not forget to watch us tomorrow on the Light Warrior Network. Me and the Soldier of Light dropping more truth bombs tomorrow. Dorina had some feedback. She says, yes, you are spot on, Soldier of Light. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Dorina, for your super chat. All right, here's our next one. It's coming for Caroline Miller. Caroline Miller would like to know, my husband is experiencing many unexplained things after we buried his father this past April. P.S. Is the house we inherited haunted? So I guess she wants to know what these unexplained things are. And then also, did they inherit a haunted house? Ooh, spooky. Yeah, you guys, tomorrow, me, Soldier of Light, dropping more epic hot content, 5:15 Pacific Standard Time, over on the Light Warrior Network. Yeah, Mo Klein, last night was epic, 1000%. I cannot wait to see what comes next. All right, brother, what you got?
all right, Caroline, I got the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles tells me that there's things being manifested around your husband. Okay, so it tells me though that the King of Swords, I feel it's his father is around a lot, is what I'm getting, because I have the King of Swords. So it tells me there's some type of father figure or a male figure that's around him, because I have the Hermit card. It's not just a father figure that's around. It tells me that there's other off-worlder energies or very old soul energies that are around, and they're starting to make themselves known, is what I'm getting, because I get, like, I don't know if there's lights that flash. I keep getting maybe some type of lights or something that flash, or noises or something. I keep getting a little bit of both that he's experienced. And I have that Page of Wands. So it's because he's curious. So this tells me there's also some younger souls and energy around him as well. And I feel like you guys are a beacon for that. But it tells me the Temperance card. Tells me that this is okay. This is a good experience. There's nothing to be afraid of, they're telling me. Okay, I don't see anything dark. And it tells me that the Temperance card, there's angels around too. There's light around you. So it tells me that tell him not to be afraid. Not to be afraid of what he's seeing, because I feel like he's experienced maybe lights flickering or lights going on. I keep getting lights. Or seeing the light, and I keep getting maybe noises that are weird, and he's kind of like, what was that? This is their way of manifesting themselves, the energy to you, because I feel like he never really believed fully. I keep getting like he was a skeptic for some of this stuff, and I feel like this is a way of, and I feel he talks to his father all the time. I keep getting that he has conversations with his dad. So his dad, these are energies that are around that are helping. Not only his dad is around him all the time. And I also get that there's young energies around. So there's a combination of maybe energies that he may not know, or maybe a child or something that maybe passed away from the family, or there's something here, or like maybe there's guides since he's been a child that are also around him. And I get the Temperance card. There's a lot of angels around you. Everything is okay. You guys are protected. This is a good omen for you, a spiritual omen. It's for him. This is the awakening for him, because I get the Knight of Cups holding up the reading, so they're presenting information to you. They're presenting themselves. They're doing it very creatively. It's the aha moment for him. It's the aha moment for him. That's what they're telling me right now, is that you are The aha moment is for him is validation, because I feel he needs proof. He's one of those guys that need proof. And I feel like that's why they're showing him that this exists. There is something after the afterlife. And I also feel like he wants to know where his dad went. I feel like that's been the biggest thing is for him, is he wants to know where his dad went. Did his dad make it okay? Did his dad pass over okay? I feel like that's been a question of his. And I feel like that's what they're telling him. Everything is okay. And the only way that they can do this by manifesting in some way that will make him visually see that he's getting answered. He's asking questions. They're telling me right now he's asking for things, and he gets the answers, but it kind of freaks him out a little bit when he gets answered, because he doesn't know what to do with it. So it tells me that the energies that are around you aren't bad. They're not nefarious. They're not trying to hurt you. They're just trying to let him know that they're there, is exactly what they're telling me right now. And the Two of Swords, because there's some decisions that he's had to make. And I don't know if it's something that had to do with his father, maybe a decision, like, I don't know if it's how his life ended, or there's some decisions that you guys have been contemplating, possibly. It tells me that he's had to work through these difficult decisions that they're telling me. So this is their way of acknowledging that, because the Empress card, they're doing it to nurture him. And I have there's parents around you. There's a parent around him. So it tells me that this is part of this is a practical way for them to do that. They're still nurturing him. They're still caring for him, from the other side. They're telling me this is a way of manifestation, because he's asking, or he's talking to his dad, or he's talking, and this is their answer. They're answering him. So I just want him to know they're telling me to tell him that he's loved. And you as well. Don't be afraid, because these are light beings that are around you, and I keep seeing lights. So they tell me that's their way of showing you that this is okay. It's all the light, and to not be afraid of what he gets and receives, because he's empathic, and you are as well. They're telling me. So that's why the energies are attracting more of this. Okay? So that's what I get, Caroline. It tells him just follow his heart. This is for him. This is for him to follow his heart, to clear his heart. That's what they're telling me, because I feel like there were some decisions that were made that were difficult ones, or he's still contemplating them. So hopefully that resonated with you, Caroline, and thank you for the super chat.
Thank you so much, Caroline, for the super chat. Brother, I didn't want to interrupt you while you were channeling that message for Caroline. We could still hear you, but there was feedback, like static coming from your mic, but I didn't want to interrupt you while you were giving the message. So
Really?
Now you're good. You say something. I think you're good.
Do it, 45. Do it.
I love it. Loud and clear, 5x5. Excellent. Here's some feedback. Caroline says, thank you. His sister passed many years ago when he was 7. That was the younger energy. We want to remodel it, but my husband is very emotional and resistant. So epic reading, brother.
Yep. I knew there was a young energy around them.
I said a little prayer while you were doing it. I was waving my my tiger eye bracelet. I do feel like we are being watched by the warlock right now. So shout out to him. So I think they are trying to mess with our channel. So I went ahead and said a prayer for you while you were doing your channeling. And then also a lot of the viewers at home were also saying prayers and not consenting to any dark forces that are watching us currently right now. So thank you guys so much for doing that. And thank you so much, Caroline, for the super chat. Lone Star Galaxy wants to know, loved your show from yesterday. I'm blown away by the confirmations I felt in my spirit. Please pull cards for me about why I was never able to bear children in this lifetime. This is for Lone Star Galaxy. And I'm going to go ahead and get my pendulum right now while Soldier of Light goes ahead and delivers this message for Lone Star Galaxy. I absolutely agree. Yeah, they are, for sure. Soul Therapy, Lady D, 1000% they are. We'll just say this. The message has been delivered 1000%. I have had inside information from Madre, and the message has been delivered loud and clear, as it should be, 1000%. Wow.
Wow. Wow. Big time. Lone Star Galaxy. So when you traveled here, I got the Eight of Wands, okay? So when you traveled here, something from your past, it tells me like something you were meant to do, because it tells me that you're completing this in this lifetime, the Ten of Swords. So it tells me maybe you've had a lot of painful endings. So it tells me you've tried and you've tried, and it tells me this is something, or you've maybe been pregnant and you've lost some things, some children. I keep getting because it tells me you've been taking action to try to make this happen. I don't know, like in vitro, or you've been taking actions and you've been wanting to have babies, because it tells me the Emperor card is at this point. This is my God card, so it tells me that God's saying this wasn't meant for you yet. Okay, and I mean yet, because the Magician card tells me there's some things that are going to take place for you. Maybe there's some actions that you're going to take in your future. There's something to do with the doctors, something that happened to you with the doctors. And I feel like when you were a teenager, something happened with you when you were a teenager. So I don't know if there was something you took, some type of medications, or something happened to you, I feel, when you were younger, because it tells me it's something to do with an institution. So medical field, medical institutions. And I have the Hierophant. And I have the Five of Cups. So it tells me there's been a lot of loss and fear. It tells me a lot of disappointment. So you've been disappointed. So it tells me there's some things that have happened with the medical field, because I have the Ten of Wands next. So it tells me like there's a lot of hard work that you put into this. You've tried and you've tried and it tells me though that that's completing. That's going to complete though in your future with the Ten of Wands, because I have the Three of Cups. You're going to have a family. There's going to be celebration in your future. I feel in this lifetime still. God said it wasn't time for you yet. So there was things that you were doing. There was something you needed to accomplish. There's things you need to accomplish before you were having the child in this lifetime. Because it tells me the Chariot card that there is something coming for you in your future. A turning point. It tells me that things are going to move in a new direction for you. And I feel even if you're older in the future, this is going to be a divine gift for you. Okay, so it tells me in the future there's still a possibility that a child is coming for you. And it tells me that this will be a gift. God is going to gift you with a child, I feel, in the future. Because I have the Queen of Cups. So there's something that there's healing that you need to do within yourself. And it tells me that you've been very disappointed and you felt very down on yourself about the situation. And it tells me like there's something that's, they want you to work on yourself. Continue to build. There's something you need to accomplish from your past in a different light. I feel a different lifetime. There's some type of karmic cycle that you need to complete, because the Page of Swords tells me you are going to have a child in your future. There's going to be a child coming into your future. And it tells me though that this is something like you're going to be inspired again in the future. And this child I feel that you will be very, very smart. And they'll be very, very, very sharp, as I keep getting smart, sharp. And I get the Three of Pentacles. So it tells me you're going to build a family. You are going to build a family. Okay. So it tells me you also have to complete something. You're building something. You're building a foundation. God is telling me that you are completing something. You're working with your guides. You're working with other energies. You're completing the things you need to complete before God puts you into that light. Because he tells me that the King of Cups holding up my reading, like you're going to be emotionally balanced again. Okay. So it tells me God is watching over you. He tells me he's going to protect you. It tells me that your energy, you have a lot of energy work to do in this lifetime, and you're working on it. You're going to go past it, get past it. It tells me that in the future, I feel you will have success with a child. A child will enter your life in your future. So it tells me have faith. Stay strong, even though things have been, I see a lot of heartache and burdens and not complete, just a lot of hard work that you put into this. It tells me that you're also going to complete these. I've had two tens, okay? 2 10s. So it tells me completion. These are things that you needed to complete, okay? It tells me you completed that painful cycle from your past. You've completed that already, okay? And then you're taking action. You're moving forward. Now you're progressing. So tells me things will be balanced for you in your future. There will be a child, I feel very strongly, in your future. Okay. It will come to you. So Stay the course, stay in the faith, stay light, stay love. God will answer you when it's time for when it's the time, divine time for you. Okay. Hope that resonated with you. And thank you for the super chat.
Thank you so much, Lone Star Galaxy. It's a beautiful reading. So it looks like it's going to be a bright future for her in the future. Yeah. So we got to stay in the love, stay in the light, and much love and strength to you, Lone Star Galaxy. We do have David Wagner in the room watching us. So he is the last super chat that's going to go by. I'll let this one slide this time, King of Swords. I'll let this one slide this time. But yeah, you made it in barely. Here's our next question. It's coming from DHP Jr. In the Harry Potter books, Nicholas Flamel discovers the Philosopher's Stone, aka immortality. In real life, there is a person named Nicholas Flamel, and he discovers the Philosopher's Stone. Rumor has it he's still alive. Is that true or not?
Nicholas Flamel, huh?
Let me pull this up.
Nicholas Flamel. He's still alive. I feel an ace may be coming out. Oh, yeah, he's still alive. Oh, no. No, he's not alive. I take that back.
Okay.
He's passed on. So it tells me with the Six of Cups, there was something from the past. So something from the past. He presented information to people. Because I have the Knight of Cups. So it's something he was following his heart. The things that he did, he was passionate about it. Okay. I have the Eight of Cups. So it tells me disappointments, walking away from something, departing. He departed. And then I have the Seven of Swords. So he tells me he was betrayed. So it tells me whatever this is, somebody took the information and did something with it. Deceit. There was deceit involved with this situation. Because I have the Queen of Swords, and I feel it was a female. A female was involved with this. So female energy is the one that betrayed him with this, or took the information and ran with it and presented it in their own words. Because I have the Death card. So I feel like this was a sacrifice in some way, or removed from the chessboard, so that they could progress this along and use the information for whatever they wanted to do with it. Because the Nine of Swords is holding up my reading, so it tells me fears. There's fears around this, and the energy that took this over, a female energy, tells me that this female energy, there's darkness associated with this energy that they've been putting into this these books, the Harry Potter books, anything to do with that. So it tells me he's not alive. It tells me he was removed from the earth plane. So it tells me he departed and he died, and I feel like he was deceived, and it was a plan. His death was planned. So they planned it, and then a queen or a woman a female energy took this information and created and communicated the information out in their way in order to it was a change. It was the way they wanted it to progress. Is what I get, because the Nine of Swords, like I mentioned, there's fear, there's darkness around this. So it tells me that this was made to lower energies and things like that. So it tells me there was truth to him discovering, because I get that. He was searching for it. He was out searching for this when he was young. He was a teenager or a young man. I'm getting maybe in his 20s or something like that. He was younger when he discovered this, and he presented it. And after that present, he departed. As soon as they presented that information to him. So the dark, whoever this was, didn't want that information to get out, and they wanted to turn it for themselves. So that's what I'm getting, DHP Jr. So I hope that resonates, and thank you for the super chat.
Thank you so much, DHP Jr. Of course, thank you. Great questions. He said that man, Nicholas Flamel, lived a long time. That bastard. I love it. I love it. Here's some more feedback. By the way, the Philosopher's Stone and how to make it is online. Not for me, definitely not. But the info is out there. Very interesting. Very interesting. How you doing, brother? Do you need to take a break? I have a clip to play. You're good?
Go ahead, man. If you want to play the clips, up to you.
Yeah, I just want to give you a little bit of a break. We've been going on for that. You're good. All right. Hour and a half. When we get to the 2-hour mark, you're taking like a 5-minute break. All right. So you have about a half hour until your break. Otherwise, the Department of Labor Relations is gonna hit me with a fine for overworking the Soldier of Light 1000%.
Knocking at your door.
Jules wants to know, hi, Jason. Can I get a general reading for the next 30 days, please? And thank you.
So, lady, real quick, that I read for, there's going to be a child in your future.
Oh.
So that doesn't mean it's going to be biologic. It means that you may be a child that's in your future, is what I'm getting. But there will be a child. I feel like it's going to be a boy in your future. So I know, just reading your comment about the cancer and the hysterectomy, there's been a lot of challenges. I know that. But I feel there's going to be a boy in your future. So, but I just wanted to just kind of jump on that before I jump on Jules. So next 30 days, let's see what we got, Jules. Yeah, man.
Yeah, while SOULdier is doing his cards, I do have my pendulum out, so I did get a confirmation for yes and no. So I'm going to be doing that while the SOULdier is going over this next reading. So what do you have for Jules, SOULdier?
So it tells me 9 of Cups. So something you've been manifesting, okay? It tells me that, Jules, that there's something coming. You're going to be content, okay? Contentment with that 9 of Cups. So it tells me your wish comes true. So it tells me that you're going to be very gracious, or you've been very gracious for the things in your life. So it tells me that they're going to be, you're going to have your needs fulfilled, okay? So it tells me that the Hermit card is next. So there's an awakening happening for you. So it tells me there's been a lot of soul searching, or there's going to be a lot of soul searching for you in the next 30 days. Okay, it tells me they want you to continue to go in. Your subconscious is going to expand. Okay, it tells me that the divine wisdom is flowing to you, is going to flow to you, and you're being guided. Okay, so it tells me independence. Independence is coming for you as well. And I have the 10 of Pentacles. So it tells me next 30 days you're going to complete things. It tells me things are going to be completed that you've been trying to get done. It tells me you're going to be able to check those off your list, because it tells me that you're going to have great long-term success, or whatever you're doing in the next 30 days. It tells me this is going to be successful for you long-term as well. So it tells me everything you're doing is building for long-term success. And I have the 7 of Cups. So 7 of Cups tells me there is some choices that you're going to be making in the next 30 days. So it tells me maybe there's some things that they want you to daydream more. That's what they're telling me. Maybe some visions you've had, or maybe there's some things that you've been receiving or you will receive. They tell you want you to start to daydream a little more, like how you want things to move along, how you want your future to go. They're telling me that's what they want you to do, because I feel like you're going to get visions. If you haven't already, you're going to start to get visions, because I have the Empress card. It tells me financially okay. That 9 of Cups and the Empress card on both ends tells me contentment, tells me fulfillment, accomplishment, tells me strong energy. You're very strong energy. Tells me very motherly, is what I also get as well. So it tells me completion. And it tells me that this is something that the actions that you're taking. So it tells me the choices you're going to make is going to lead to the actions that you're going to take, which are going to be fulfilling for you and content. And as I get the 4 of Wands holding up my whole reading. So it tells me with the 4 of Wands, that celebration, homecoming. So it tells me joy. So these things that you're going to have, I don't know if you're away, or maybe you're going to have maybe some type of get together with family or planned in the next 30 days, something along that line. I feel like there's going to be some joy around your family or the people that are close to you. And I feel like you're going to see some success. Some things that you've been doing, everything that you're doing, you're telling me is to work towards the future. And it's going to be very successful for you in the future. Okay. And the Strength card. So it's the last card I'm going to pull. So it tells me be open to receiving and giving love unconditionally. So it also tells me that you have great inner strength. They're acknowledging this. They said to remain courageous in how you want these things to go, because you're going to overcome all your obstacles, they're telling me. So that's what they want you to do, to continue to grow in that inner strength. Continue to focus on things. Okay. You're going to complete things and focus on how you want these things to go. And your next 30 days, I feel you're going to make some decisions. You're going to have some choices you're going to make. And I feel like they're going to be very successful for you in your future. So I hope that resonated with you, Jules. And thank you for the super chat. Let's see what we got. Since Jason is off.
I got here right now. Sorry, I had to take care of the little star seed for a second.
No worries, man. I know how that was back in my days, man.
Thank you so much, Jules, for the super chat. Here's another one. It's from Lauren C. I've been wanting to ask you this question. So Lauren C. wants to know, will my DNA be upgraded soon? And where can I start healing myself? So I guess let's answer, I guess at first, the DNA upgrade. Will her DNA be upgraded soon? And I guess there's a specific area in which she wants to start healing. Avery, stay there.
Yeah, your DNA, I feel okay. So, will my DNA be upgraded soon where I can start healing myself? I got the Page of Swords, so yes. So it tells me that you've been researching or searching things out. So it tells me that there's been a lot, but you've had a lot of restless thinking. It tells me you had a lot of restless mind. So I feel like there's a lot of things that you've been researching, trying to learn about yourself. So it tells me also, it's telling me mental energy. There's been a lot of restless mental energy for you is what I kind of get. I have the King of Swords. So it tells me, though, that there is going to be some clarity coming for you. And it tells me will my DNA be upgraded for me. As of this point, I feel like things you've already been upgrading slowly is what they're telling me. I have the 8 of Swords, though, for you. So it tells me your DNA hasn't been upgraded or you haven't been able to heal yourself as effectively because you've been in your mind too much. The 8 of Swords tells me self-imprisonment, tells me lack of mindset, tells me you hold your energy back, you're restricting your energy. So there's something you need to release, and I feel like it's self-inflicted at times. That means self-inflicted mental energy, which also drains your physical energy and your spiritual energy. I feel it's all combined. There's something you feel imprisoned. I feel like you've made yourself imprisoned is what I keep getting since you were younger. This also tells me you've had this type of mentality since you were a kid, like hard on yourself. Like I'm not saying like I keep getting defeatist at times, like self-sabotaging at times. Yeah, that's what they're telling me. I feel like this is something you've had from your past, but it tells me the 10 of Cups is coming for you. So it tells me you are going to complete. So it tells me, yes, divine in nature, you're going to complete this. You're going to start to heal yourself, okay? So I feel within the next maybe 10 months or so, you're going to start to see some improvements, okay? So it tells me, but it also starts up here, they're telling me, because you don't fully believe yet at times. That's what they're telling me. You get into your mind, and your mind really does do a number on you. You are a thinker, and you are a thinker, and you are a thinker. And they tell me she thinks herself till she's physically sick. And then you get flare-ups of all these things that you have going on in your body because you get super stressed and your body puts out these chemicals, these hormones and things that really, really mess up your energy because you're in a lack mentality of not being better or not getting better because you felt so crappy from your past because you've had some of these symptoms since you were young. So it tells me the 7 of Pentacles tells me you're going to have long-term success. Okay, so it tells me they want you to keep planting those seeds. Keep planting those seeds. Okay, it tells me keep working on yourself. You're going to have long-term success with your health. Okay, so it tells me though that they want you to continue to nurture, continue to work on it, continue to keep progressing. Okay, keep moving along. So it tells me this is something that you've been working on. It's going to be sustainable for you. Okay. And then the 6 of Cups. You're going to have happy memories again. You're going to be joyful again. From same when you were a child. When you were happy, that's what they want you to focus on. They want you to focus on the happy memories that you had when you were a child. Because I feel like you focus a lot on the negative things that have happened to you in your childhood and you keep pulling them with you. You keep you don't want to let it go at times. Even though you say you do, you're holding on to it. This is something that you haven't figured out your own power yet. That's what they're telling me because you're still indecisive. You're indecisive about things that you should be doing, how you should be doing it. Is it working what I'm doing? That's what they're telling me. That's the indecisive part. Okay. And the Knight of Cups. So yes, you're going to be, they want you to follow your heart. That's what they keep telling me. Okay. And I feel like there's another gentleman that's with you. Male energy. That's a very knight in shining armor for you. I feel like he keeps you balanced. When you get a little too far up or down, I feel like he kind of helps balance you. So he's a big part of your life. And I feel like he's going to have something to do with it. Okay. So it tells me with the 3 of Pentacles, you're building something. You need to start building your foundation. And you have been building it. They're telling me the reason why you haven't seen the progress that you wanted is because you keep bringing the doubts in, you keep bringing the fears, you keep bringing the things, the traumas from your past. And that's what they're telling me. You keep bringing that in. That's what's manifesting for you at times. So you make yourself sick, but you have cured yourself from things that I felt you've had since you were a child. You have gone past that, but there's still some residual stuff that you need to let go of and you need to heal. So you need to get out of your head, Lauren. That's what they're telling me. You're in there too much and you worry yourself. You're a worrier, and it tells me you worry yourself to death. And I feel like this gentleman is very good energy that's around you. He helps kind of keep you calm and you feel very comforted around him. He's very protective. So that's what they're telling me. They want you to open your heart and follow your heart. That means believe. That's what the following your heart means. Believe. Not what you think is going on, but you need to believe when you do it that it's done and it's already done, and get out of your mind. They're telling me, get out of your head, because you are your worst critic and your worst enemy. And once you do that, you're going to start to see the progress. So your DNA has been upgraded. It's been slowly upgrading. You've been healing yourself. It just hasn't been as quick as you'd like. And you've had downs. You've done good, and then you felt bad. So they're telling me because when you're down is when your energy really starts to, things flare up for you more. So you kind of take a step back, you take a step forward, then you take 2 steps back. That's what they keep telling me. So you get mentally down on yourself. So that progress you do, you keep moving forward every day. You keep making little goals. They keep telling me, tell her to make little goals for herself every day. Little goals. I'm going to accomplish this. I am going to accomplish this. And stay and feel that within your soul, because you're being supported around you. You have great guides, great angels that are around you. I know that. And the male energy around you is very good for you. So keep that energy flowing, because things are going to work out for you. I know they are. They are going to complete. A 10 of Cups is completion, divine. God, there's divine intervention coming. But you need to also do your part. That's what they're telling me. Okay? You're building this foundation. You're working with your guides. I don't feel like you connect with your guides enough. I don't feel like you connect enough with your angels. That's what they're telling me, in God. So it tells me you do speak to God, but I feel like you don't know how to connect with him very well. And all you have to do is just open yourself up, and they will help you. Call that in, and you stay in that light. That's what they're telling me, okay? So I hope they resonate with you, Lauren, and thank you for the super chat.
Thank you so much, Lauren, for that super chat. Yeah, I could resonate with her for sure. I'm in my head so much, but I'm getting out of it. But yeah, it's hard to sometimes, but she's got the power. She's going to do it 1,000%. Cindy Sager, if you're still watching, you could send in a super chat, but she sent in a super sticker. So thank you so much, Cindy. If you do have a question, go ahead and send it in. The goddess of light herself, Cindy Sager, thank you so much. Here's one, DHP Jr. He wants to know, did Tesla create a tech device to listen to and interact with the dead? Also, did he unintentionally create a portal for the dark through this technology? Very interesting question. I love that, DHP Jr. 1,000%. Guys, if you're just tuning in, me and the Soldier of Light, the Divine Masculine Show is going to go live tomorrow at 5:15 Pacific Standard Time on the Light Warrior Network. And we're going to be dropping more truth bombs tomorrow, 1,000%. So go ahead, like, share, and subscribe to this channel, and also to the Light Warrior Network if you haven't done so already. So very interested on this one, brother. What do you got for us?
I got no. And I have reason why I'm saying I got no with that. He didn't create a device to listen and interact with the dead, because I have the Magician card. So it tells me that they attempted it, or were trying to maybe manifest something like that, or people around him, because I have the Hierophant. So there's financial institutions or dark institutions or dark energies around him. Tells me he has very great divine wisdom. Tesla does. So it tells me that there were people around him that wanted to use it for the bad. So it tells me he didn't create it. There was regrets because he didn't finish it, but he had the ideas of it. Tells me he could manifest that if he really wanted to, but it didn't happen, because I have the 5 of Cups. Tells me regrets, disappointments. Tells me that this is something that's loss and grief, and it tells me the 10 of Wands is next. So it tells me they tried. There was a lot of burden on him because of the knowledge he had, and it tells me he had a lot of hard work that he put into all the inventions that he brought in. But it tells me that he was that things were completed. That he completed the things that he needed to complete, but Also tells me with these guys that they wanted this to be completed, but he didn't complete it for them, is what I'm getting, because the judgment card comes out. So it tells me some type of revelation, tells me also like a reckoning. So it tells me like this was something as he moved on, that this was something that he got a divine intervention that said, no, don't create this tech yet, or this listening device for the dead. So it tells me that there was a divine intervention that happened. And it tells me the Queen of Wands holding up my reading, he did that to protect others. He did it to protect the energies. So I feel like there was some type of female energy, divine energy, that was giving him information as well. And this divine energy told him, don't. There's a calling for you, but this is not it. So he had the knowledge to do it. And it tells me though that he was very protective of what he had, and he didn't wanted to use it for the good. So that's why he didn't find, I feel like he didn't complete this project at all. So I feel like he tabled it and didn't, but I feel like it was completed in another form, but it wasn't through Tesla. So I feel somebody else completed this possibly, or opened a portal and could listen to the dead, but it wasn't Nikola Tesla. Tells me he had some type of a reckoning or awakening from the divine that says, don't, this is not, but they took his information, I feel, and they completed it. But it was a lot of hard work for them to complete it, is what I got. So they had to work extra hard because it was just natural for him. Things came to him when he would think, and he would just open himself up, and things came to him. There's a reason. So it tells me Tesla had the ideas, and the dark with the magician card, they took that over from the past. So after he left, that's what it tells me. And they did complete it. So hope that resonated with you, GHP, and thank you for the super chat.
Someone is getting a little bored with her toys, but we're doing great. Thank you so much, GHP Jr., for the super chat. I didn't hear. So is there one right now? Is there technology right now for and
yep.
Okay, got it.
But it wasn't Tesla. Tesla didn't create the device. He had the plans for it, but he never did.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much, GHP Jr. I'm gonna go back and watch that read again. Here's one for Susie. She wants to know, will there be a job change or a career change, or am I at my job to bring light and love? I am a nurse.
I'm a retired nurse too, Susie. So I know what you're talking about. I feel you will transition away from this job. Okay. Because I have the 8 of Pentacles, so it tells me that there was a lot of schooling, a lot of education that went into this, and you're very skilled at what you do, they're telling me. Because I have the 5 of Wands, you have disagreements with the things that are going on. So it tells me there's strife, or there's disagreements with these things that you see. And I feel like you feel like what you're doing it doesn't resonate with you like you thought it did, or the things that you're seeing play out don't resonate with you, because the 3 of Wands tells me you've been planning this already. You've been planning on making a change. You're telling me this has been planned. You're planning it. So tell me you're going to make progress with it. And it tells me the Lover's card comes out next. So it tells me maybe a partner you've been discussing with a partner or somebody along that line. This is the conversation that I feel has happened. And it tells me that there's strength that this energy that you've talked with supports you, and tells me that there's strength in that, because the Queen of Pentacles tells me that you're very good. You're be able to, I feel like you're a parent, and it tells me like you provide for your family, but it tells me you're going to be able to do that financially moving forward as well, because you help people, you nurture people, but also it tells me that with the Page of Wands, you're going to be free. Okay. It tells me, I feel like you're kind of trapped. You feel trapped a little bit, like, well, this is the choice I made. Now what I got to do. but it tells me there's going to be freedom. Okay, so it tells me you've been exploring things, or you were going to start to explore something, or you start to make plans. They're telling me with that Three of Wands, you're making plans. Start making plans if you want to change whatever you feel like that inspires you. They're telling me, because that's what the Page of Wands is, inspiration. It tells me that you're going to be free. You're making your movement coming. And then I have the Nine of Pentacles, so it tells me financially secure. Whatever choice you're going to make, you're going to be able to support your family. You're going to support yourself. But it also tells me the fruits of your labor. You're going to be very self-sufficient in what you do. So I don't know, maybe starting your own business or something along that line. Maybe you've contemplated that. They're telling me something that you've done, but it's going to be very self-sufficient, that you're going to feel very, very accomplished with what you're doing. Because the High Priestess card tells me, trust yourself, trust the things that you feel. If you feel that this isn't a match for you, then it tells me that you have a lot of divine wisdom and to trust yourself. So it tells me like you use a lot of your energy to help, to heal, to nurture. And I feel like maybe there's something along that line in your future that I don't know if you're going to go private or do something where you're trying to help people. But I feel like there's something along that line, because the Six of Swords tells me transition is coming for you in your future. Transition. So I feel like within the next 6 months or so, I feel like you're going to make a transition. There's going to be something changing. It could be a job, a career, whatever I feel like. But you've already kind of been wanting to get out of the nursing, I feel. That's what I feel. You almost feel trapped with what's going on. But they're telling me that they're going to leave behind the old. You're going to leave behind the old and all that baggage that went with it. Because the Knight of Swords is holding in my reading, so it tells me you're taking action. So it tells me you're defending your beliefs. So I feel like this is what that competition or that strife and that disagreement is, because I feel like you defend your beliefs and your beliefs don't line up with what you're seeing and what's going through things in your professional life. So it tells me you're going to move on. You are going to move on. So that just tells me, and in the Chariot card, I asked for movement card. So it's a new direction for you. So I feel like a career change, not a job change. So I feel like you're going to totally do something different. And I feel like things are going to start to pick up speed for you in the future. Once I feel you'll know, and you're going to depart the old. And this is necessary. This is something that you're moving in a new direction, but you're going to use those skills you've learned. I feel that's going to benefit you. You're going to be able to use those skills you've learned in the next thing that you do. So it tells me you're going to take action. Things are going to start to pick up speed, and to keep defending your beliefs and standing strong. So that's what they're telling me. You've already had these conversations with a partner or somebody that's close to you in your life. I feel you've contemplated. I think you've even mentioned a few times about things that you might want to look to do, or you've researched maybe learning something else or learning something different or going to something new. So this tells me this is a conversation that's been going on already. So it tells me that this is going to pick up speed. So keep planning it, and you're making progress. Okay, so those things that you're feeling, a reason why you're looking for a change is a reason. Your energy is outgrowing that. So it tells me that you're going to depart that. So hope that resonated with you, Susie, and thank you for the super chat.
Yes, thank you so much for that super chat, Susie. A very great reading. So I want to bring Susan McKee. If you're watching, I was looking up and down the chat, brother. I didn't see a question from her, but Susan, if you do have a question, I'm going to leave it kind of in the queue here. Just go ahead and put some emojis and ask your question if you're still watching. And if you've logged off, just put a question in the comments after the show, and SOULdier will go ahead and do a reading for you. Here's one from Charity Brown. Charity Brown wants to know, Canada has so much to do with borders, so I have to ask, do Maritimes on New York, okay, I don't.
NB and NY. So NY is New York, Ontario, I'm guessing. And NB Maritimes. I'm not sure what that means, but New Brunswick. Okay, so New Brunswick Maritimes. Okay, Canada has to do much with borders, so I have to ask you, New Brunswick Maritimes and New York, Ontario, are these companies bringing in special young inventory from the U.S.? Oh, I know what you're talking about. Special young inventory. I got you. I know what you're picking up now. Let's find out. You're asking if they're bringing in children, I'm guessing. Special inventory.
Yeah, thank you so much, Charity, for the question. And then I want to also share with Lauren C. Lauren C says, thank you so much for this. This was spot on. I do worry myself to death. Sorry, I'm behind in listening. Amazing reading. So thank you so much, Lauren C, for the feedback and the super chat.
I feel yes that okay. So I feel like the military has worked on this in the past because I have the Knight of Pentacles. So it tells me, or this is something they've been doing from the past. So it tells me that that there has been movement. This is something this is a routine of theirs. This is something they did routinely. Because I have the Ace of Cups. So they're doing it because they're moving things. Things are moving, they're flowing. So it tells me, yes, they do move information or move cargo or have. And it was because they wanted to, it was to fulfill their needs, fulfill the things that they want, their contentment, their financials, everything. And I have the Death card. So it tells me that came to an end. That's come to an end. So it tells me like this, a change, it's already here. If it hasn't happened right now, it's happening right now. If it hasn't, it's here. It's right around the corner for that to be done. It tells me the Death card. So that's a completing of a cycle. So it tells me that was come to an end. It's done. It's been done. Because the Ace of Pentacles tells me after that, tells me that a new beginning, something new is coming, something tangible, something abundant, something from God, something divine in nature. Because I have the Eight of Swords holding up my reading. So there were prisoners. These children were prisoners. They were held down. These little ones, they were imprisoned. So it tells me like they've been released. And the Knight of Pentacles tells me this is something that they were doing for a long time. It was a routine of theirs. Okay. But it tells me that's changed. And the Four of Pentacles tells me they did it for financial reasons and security is what they did. And the Six of Wands tells me they were that this is done. Tells me that this is going to be brought into the public. People are going to know this in the future. Okay. Tells me that there's been victory that's come from this. So it tells me something new is coming that came to an end. This is something new. It's going to be brought out. And they're successful in this. So it tells me that these children have been saved, or this pipeline that they're using for this has been taken care of. It's been done. It's taken care of already. So this is going to be brought out into the public. People are going to know this in Canada. If this situation here, they're going to find out a lot of disturbing things when it comes to little. So I hope that answered your question, Charity, and I hope that resonated with you. And thank you for the super chat.
Yes, thank you so much, Charity, for the super chat. Love and strength to you. Great question. Sorry I butchered it, but it was in code. But thank you so much for the super chat. Here's a question coming from Steph. She has a question. I had a reading done where I was told that I hurt a lot of people. Was that reader a bad reader? Was it from a past life? Or did I without knowing? Or was it backwards and I was hurt by many?
Okay. I'm just going to get a general reading, okay, just to see what they give me about your question about hurting people. So. Okay, I feel, I'm not saying that the reader was bad, but what I feel is that there's something from your past for sure. I have the Magician card, so it's actions that were taken or actions that occurred, okay? But I feel it was something that was done to you, okay? Because I feel that you were betrayed. I feel you were backstabbed by a lot of people. And I feel you're taken advantage of because I have the Magician, I have the Chariot card. So it tells me a turning point, a change, tells me movement. So this is something that needed to happen, okay, or did happen already, and it changed directions. And I have the Two of Pentacles, so it tells me things have been out of balance. So that tells me with the Two of Pentacles being out of balance, like this is something that you're learning to adjust to. You have to adjust to it. And it tells me the Knight of Swords. So it tells me you have a lot of nightmares, or you have them in your past, or you tells me there's a lot of things like you have traumas, you have sleepless nights, you have anxieties. They're telling me, and I have the Judgment card. So it tells me a rebirth is coming. It tells me a renewal. That judgment has been done already. It tells me the things from your past, judgment has been put into place. Because I have the Seven of Cups next. So it tells me like choices, the choices you made, or the choices you're making. Tells me a lot of what she was telling you was illusion, like maybe that what she was getting, or the reader that they got wasn't exactly exactly what I feel resonated with you. And I feel the Four of Wands. There's something to do with family, or community, something along that line. So it tells me this reckoning with that Judgment card. There's going to be success for you moving forward. So it tells me all these karmic things have been redeemed. They're going to be redeemed. There's going to be a homecoming of sort, like basically mending the energetic energies and the things that have been disconnected from the past. Because I have the King of Swords. I feel with the King of Swords, though, that maybe there's you're a thinker once again. So I feel like you've had a lot of conflicting information, or maybe there was some type of trauma with male energies in your life as well. Maybe there's something like that. There's also, I feel like maybe male or older male energy of yours as well. This is kind of why maybe I feel like you've gone even to the reading in the first place. Maybe I feel like there's something, the reason why you were asking questions about a male energy or something, because I have the Three of Swords. So it tells me there was heartbreak, there was loss, there was sorrow. And I feel like in the Ten of Swords, betrayal, defeat, backstabbing. So I feel like you have a lot of energies around you, or people that have been in contact with you that has to do with betraying you. And the Five of Pentacles comes out next. So it tells me ill health. And I feel like hurting you energetically. But I also feel like part of this is also fears on your part. Fears, maybe there's something from your past or childhood that you have anxieties or fears about. I don't know. I keep getting male energies or something like that, because I have the Three of Wands. Tells me you're making progress. Okay. So it tells me things have made progress. It tells me this is an expansion for you. This is something that you have been making progress at completing. So it tells me that that's what those tens are: completions, getting them done, removing that energetic from your field. Because I have the Two of Swords holding up my reading. So there's a lot of, I feel like there's some decisions that you've made in your life, some difficult decisions, or you contemplate a lot. And it tells me like maybe things have been on hold for you, and you kind of want to know why you're stuck. I feel like quicksand for you almost. You feel like you're running in place and you can't go anywhere, because this is something that you need to work and let go of this energy. So I feel it was others who've hurt you, and there's trauma and heartbreak and loss from you and your history. And I wasn't you hurting, it was the others hurting you. And I feel like you've almost hurt yourself as well because of this stuff. Like, I'm not saying in a bad way, like physically, but just hurting yourself energetically, mentally. I feel like beating yourself up. Self-worth. I keep getting self-worth. Self-worth is low for you at times. So this is a thing that you need to go through. You need to complete it, and they're telling me you're going to find the strength in order to overcome this, because the Star card tells me hope, renewal, a spiritual awakening and omen for you, a good one. Okay, so it tells me to remain hopeful and remain calm. That's the biggest thing for you. I feel like you're not calm enough. So they want you to find that calm and that peace again. Okay, so they're telling me you need to go near water. If you're not near water, they want you to go near the water. And I feel like the water brings you peace. They're telling me that's a big place to kind of let things go, is walking by the water, because you get the land, the air, and the water at the same time in all those environments. So it's very powerful. So that's kind of what they're telling me. Okay. Hope that resonated with you, Steph, and thank you for the super chat.
I love it. Thank you so much for the super chat, Steph. Definitely a brave question to ask live, 1000%. Love it. Here's a feedback for Susie. Oh, great. I hear our echo again. Susie said, oh my gosh, so correct. I no longer like what I see in healthcare. It is not with the light. God bless you both. Thank you so much, Susie.
No worries. So, yeah, thanks, Susie, for the feedback. It's always good to know the feedback, you guys. It's awesome. So, look at that. I've seen somebody just click all over these things. I don't even see a face. That's amazing.
That was me, but I just don't want the Starkey to be on camera right now. We are in a war, if you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you're saying. So, Starlight. So, yeah, all this stuff is there's so many things like Steph. That's what they're telling me. There's some healing you need to do, and it tells me, Steph, in your last reading that I just pulled for you, that the water is very healing for you. Okay, so they tell me they want you to release these things, all these traumas, all these people that have hurt you. If you felt this is a huge spiritual awakening for you and healing. Okay, so this is what they're telling me they want you to do. You're going to feel better after you release and forgive yourself. They're telling me, forgive yourself, forgive those who've hurt you, but you forgive yourself for those you've hurt, and you're hurting yourself. That's what they're telling me. That's the biggest message for you. Get out of your mind and let it go, and you're gonna flourish. You're gonna flourish after you release these karmic ties to these individuals, because you're gonna complete it. I've seen 2 10s. You will complete it. It's gonna be difficult, but you need to release that burden. You've been holding on to this burden for a long time. Let it go. Just they're telling me it's not yours. God says, give it to me. I'll take it. I'm here to take it from you. So, hope that resonated with you.
Okay, so we're at the 2-hour mark. I've been doing my pendulum, and we're definitely being watched. If you know what I mean, which is fine.
I love it. I've been watched since the moment I stepped on the scene. Day one.
Bonjour. Welcome to the SOULdier of Light show. Bonjour. The Light Warriors are going to be on live tomorrow. Pacific Standard Time on the Light Warrior Network. How do you want to finish this? You have about 6 more questions.
Whatever. I think you said you wanted to do that little clip. If you want to wait till the end, we can do that. We can finish the 7. Whatever. It's up to you. Whatever, man. I'm cool. I'm good. I feel good. Are you good? Yeah. I do 4-hour shows sometimes, man.
I know. I'm trying to conserve your energy so you can go on tomorrow as well.
Oh, that's fun. Going on the show tomorrow, just dropping truth bombs. I love kicking the dark in the teeth, man. I love it. That's like I live for destroying the dark.
I know.
It's beautiful. I love it.
We both do 1,000%. All right, so here's this clip. It's just some things that we could be talking about on tomorrow's show. We did mention a couple of them yesterday, but let's watch it while SOULdier takes a break.
The Titan. All week I've been fascinated with this story.
For some reason, there's an echo.
I'll turn mine off here. Try to.
All right. Can you hear me? Okay. I'm gonna show.
Search of the Titanic. It'll take 6 hours to get there and only 8 hours of oxygen. Suspense. Will they live? Will they die? Duped by the fucking media again. Monday, the Titan is missing. Tuesday, there's a banging sound. Wednesday, they're running out of air. Thursday, oh no, we found the wreckage. But the entire time, they knew it was BS. US Navy knew the sub already blew up on Sunday, but they distracted us again to hide the news cycle. What happened this week? Let's do a quick recap on what you missed. JP Morgan and Jeffrey Epstein emails were released, and now they have just mistakenly deleted 47 million emails. Joe Biden is undergoing an impeachment vote in the House, or at least trying. The Pentagon fat-fingered $6 billion to Ukraine. Hunter Biden gets a slap on the wrist while FBI whistleblowers are going missing. And John Durham had his congressional hearing this week regarding the Russia hoax. but I was so busy wondering about the billionaire who decided to go boating in a submersible soda can, missed it all. The Titan. All week.
So we are going to be talking about a few of those topics for tomorrow. I wanted to give you guys a sneak peek. Very interesting times ahead. We are going to talk a little bit about Durham and then also about the missing emails, 1000%.
Now you can hear me. Is there still echo? Echo, echo?
You're good.
You're good.
But when I talk, there's an echo. So that's why I know they're watching. And they're trying to attack. Brother. It's all good.
It's all good.
Mr. Miyagi them. So, and 47,000 emails. Guess who else may be number 47? Just saying. So, I don't know. Could be nothing. Could be something. We always drop hot content for you guys who haven't even listened to these shows. You should go back to from the very first show if you haven't yet. Go back to the very first show of the Divine Masculine shows that he and I put together. If you want to learn truths about things, that you can open that rabbit hole and go down that rabbit hole and start to research on your own. I'm telling you, we've dropped so much truth about your birth, the birth certificates, the banking systems, the governments, the child trafficking. I mean, we kill it every show. We bring it, and we keep, some of the things are reoccurring themes that we want to keep bringing up because we wanted to keep in the forefront of our consciousness so we could keep progressing towards that goal of winning. So that's why we keep bringing some of these things up. So, and for some of you may not hear, some of you may have missed some of these shows. That's why we reiterate some of these other things. So it all ties together. Everything is very tied together. Everything is tied together. And if we think that anything is very compartmentalized or is separate from other things, it's not. Everything is so interwoven and so intertwined. That's exactly why we need to stay focused on everything. We keep reiterating things so it becomes familiar. Then it's just in your mind. Then you can start branching out and knowing what's going on, learning what's going on. So that's what this is all about, man. This is all about dropping the truth knowledge. Last night was epic. I was wondering if you could pull cards on why am I being pulled back to New Hampshire for the summer after living in the Midwest for the last 9 months. Let's find out. It's because your name says NH Sagittarius. That's why. I'm also a Sagittarius as well. I'm a sun sign Sagittarius, a rising sign Sagittarius, and I'm also a moon sign Capricorn. So good thing is I'm really passionate and I'm fiery and I'm very protective and I'm very smart and witty, but I'm also very grounded and I'm very good at manifesting things with that Capricorn. So let's find out. Why is it? What is the purpose? Let's find out. I don't know if there's somebody back there in New Hampshire. Maybe from your child. I don't know if you grew up there. It tells me maybe you have a childhood there, because I feel like things are developing. There's a reason why things are developing, because I don't know, there's a female energy back there. Maybe somebody has felt like betrayed, or somebody's felt like something has been wrong, or there's plans that have been going on that they've been making, because I have the Queen of Swords. So it tells me maybe you've been communicating with a female energy from there. So it tells me they've been communicating with you, or you've been communicating with others back there, because I have the Six of Wands. I feel like you're going there to help people transition, or help someone transition into something different, support, confidence, something to do with that. Maybe you're having to help this with confidence. I don't know if somebody's going through like a divorce or some type of legal issue, or something like that, because I have the Justice card. So whatever's coming from this, there's something that caused this to feel this way. So I feel like this is really affecting this individual, or these maybe someone that you're associated with back there, because I keep getting like there's something balance. You're going to help this bring balance somehow, because I have the King of Swords. So it tells me like maybe the way you speak or communicate, I feel like maybe you help bring clarity for others. And I feel like maybe that's something why that they've always, I feel like you've talked to somebody, you had a connection with someone there from your past, from your childhood, because the Three of Swords comes out. So maybe that this person has had issues with a relationship, possibly, or some type of issue with a relationship. I feel like with a male energy, or something like that that's really gone on, some conflicts. I feel like this is what the situation is, because I feel heartbreak, sorrow, loss. Because I have the Ten of Swords, so betrayal, backstabbing, defeat of something. So somebody feels down or betrayed or backstabbed. Because I have the Devil card, so it tells me some type of energy, toxic energy. Tells me maybe some type of sexual attraction to someone or something this is involving. I feel like toxic attachments. I feel like there's something we're great. This is like a not a like physical abuse, but maybe abusive type of relationship, mentally or something like that. Because I have the Five of Pentacles, tells me financial loss, tells me this energy that's around is also this person doesn't feel well, they don't feel good, they've lost money financially. There's a lot I think played into this, because it tells me the Three of Wands tells me this has been going on for some time. So it tells me like, but things have been planned. So I feel like this was a plan maybe to reach out to you. If they haven't, I feel like they've been reaching out to you, or you've been communicating. So it tells me this has been progressing in this manner for some time, is what they're telling me. Because I have the Two of Cups. So wherever you're going there's somebody you're attached to, somebody that you bring comfort to. I feel like partnership. I feel like you're going to help bring some resolution, maybe some stability for this person that you're going to see. It tells me, because the Knight of Swords tells me yes, you're going to take some action. You will go there, but it tells me like you're very good. You're going there to defend this person, this energy. I keep getting defensive energy, protective energy. I keep getting that, and I have the Wheel of Fortune. So you're there because of the ups and downs that have been going on. So it tells me that there's had something like unpredictable happening that came up. So it's something that is a karmic. You're going to help someone complete a karmic cycle. This is part of what you're doing. This is a turning point for this individual that you're in contact with. So it tells me, Hill, that's you're going to help them turn. It's a turning point. You're going to help them move along, because it tells me like support. Because the Strength card is holding up my reading, so it tells me you're there to give emotional support, because you have great inner strength. So they're going to look to you for strength. You're going to help them. You're going to give them love. And I feel like it's a very nurturing type of relationship that's involved. So I feel like you're going there to give strength and nurturing, is what I feel like why you're being called back to New Hampshire for the summer, because of something that happened to a friend, someone you know. There's something that's been very disruptive for them, is why I feel like they've kind of reached out to you. And I feel like that's why you've been called to that. So it's something from your past. So hope they resonate with you, new NH Sagittarius, and thank you for the super chat.
Perfect. Love it. Sagittarius, love it. All right. I'm just going to post the questions and not talk because of the echo, but we'll go ahead and we'll get it done. What we'll do is we'll do a test run tomorrow, a little bit before the show, to see if our tech is going to be appropriate for the show tomorrow. All right, here it is. Kathy wants to know, her husband and daughter were killed by a drunk driver. My son was 7 at the time and is now 29. We rarely speak, and we just are just so complicated. Do we see this getting better? Also, do you see me getting remarried?
So the first question, yes, I feel that you will reconnect with your son. So it tells me a 3 of Pentacles. So it tells me things you're gonna start to build this. Okay, it tells me there's a foundation for you guys, but it tells me that you're going to be building. But you're both holding on to something. I have 4 of Pentacles, so you're holding on to something, and so is he. So it tells me that you're holding your energies back. You're holding this progressing, and I feel like it's to you guys are both control freaks, and I hate to say this, and I'm not saying that as a bad way. I'm saying you're both like to be in control. So I feel like you both are trying to control things, but God is saying, I'm going to step in because the Emperor card comes out. Okay. And I feel that your husband is also coming through right now. He's the father figure. He's telling me, yes. He's telling me that there will be a focus for you moving forward of reconnecting. Okay. So it tells me the Ace of Swords, you're going to have a breakthrough with this, okay, in the future. And I feel like it's going to be sooner than you think, where this breakthrough is going to come. Okay. So it tells me, within this next year. Okay, I'm not saying that, within the next year. That's what I keep getting. Within the next year. It could be any time, and you're going to start to see a breakthrough within this next year. It tells me mental clarity, okay? So it tells me like things are going to move along. You're going to start to see those breakthroughs that you've been seeking, okay? And the Moon card. So a lot of what you guys are going through right now is just fears and doubts. And it tells me there's a lot of things going on behind the scenes, like in your own minds, that you guys still have to deal with because you're holding on to these things. That's what they're telling me. They're telling me that this is what you got. And the Page of Wands comes out. So it tells me that you're going to be free. Okay, so he's going to be free. He needs to free himself of this. You need to free yourself of this. So it tells me you guys are going to be, in your future, you're going to reconnect. Okay. And as far as the second one, do I foresee you getting remarried? So I have the 10 of Wands. So that something came to a completion, obviously, when your husband passed. Okay. So it tells me you've worked on these things. You've worked on yourself. There's been a lot of hard work you're having, but it tells me the World card comes out. So it tells me you are going to accomplish something. So that was inevitable for your husband to move along, unfortunately, and your daughter. But it tells me that was something that needed to be completed, and you're going to complete this as well. So I feel like things are going to move along for you. But it tells me at the 8 of Swords next that you're a prisoner of your own mind. It tells me you're in your own mind. You have a lot of self-defeating thoughts. You hold yourself back. You imprison yourself. And I almost feel victim mentality a lot of times. And I'm not saying that to sound mean. That's what they're telling me, like a victim. You feel victimized. And the why is this happening? Why did this happen? So it tells me I feel like that's something that you need to overcome first. And it tells me once you do that, something new with the Ace of Wands comes out. So it tells me something new will come from that. An opportunity will come to you, okay? So it tells me you have to let go of these fears and these doubts and these self-doubts that you've been holding yourself back. The High Priestess card. So it tells me trust yourself. You don't trust yourself. You don't trust in the divine enough, they're telling me. So it tells me there's doubts. You've had doubts of why things are going. So it tells me that distrust. And the 6 of Swords. So a transition is happening for you. You need to leave behind the emotional baggage from your past. They're telling me that's when the transition will happen for you meeting someone in your life. You have to let go of that stuff from your past. Because the Queen of Cups tells me there's some healing that needs to be done. You need to heal yourself. You need to nurture yourself. So it tells me there's some healing that needs to go on with you specifically. And I feel like you healing, and your son is going through his. Your husband is helping him too. So it tells me something is coming through. You both need to heal. There's something you both are holding on to that you guys resent each other for. You guys are at each other because of this being right and being the control freak. You have to be the one that's right and in control. They're telling me that's why this biggest thing is healing. And the 4 of Cups tells me that you're disconnected right now. You're disconnected from your son. You're disconnected from a lot of things, tells me, because it tells me you're reevaluating a lot of your life. You've been reevaluating a lot of things. And the 10 of Pentacles tells me you will meet somebody in your future, okay? Tells me success, long-term, tells me completion, and it's going to be very, very good for you when you do meet somebody. The 2 of Wands tells me, holding in my reading, to start making plans. Start making plans for that. They're telling me stop holding yourself back. Let these things go that you need to let go of, and start making plans like you are going to meet someone beautiful that fulfills you. And your husband says to me that he wants you to. It's time. Let go of this stuff. Tells me it needed to happen with that World card. It was something that needed to happen, and that was accomplished. So it tells me that this is something that's a new turning point for you. Okay. So it tells me let that go. He wants you to let it go and find somebody. Start making plans. This is part of your progress. So he's saying, I'm going to help him along and I'm going to help you along. So you both are going to start to see progress, I feel, within the next year with your relationship with your son. But I also feel in your future, once you are ready and you let go of all this hurt, all this trauma, all these things that have been killing you, literally, like mentally, physically, and spiritually, of the doubts, the whys, the what ifs, I feel like in holding yourself back in the victim mentality, once you let that go and you start to nurture and heal yourself, you're telling me your energy will open up and you'll start to attract an energy into you. And that will be very, very fulfilling and very complimentary of yours. So I hope that resonated with you, Kathy, and thank you for the super chat.
Thank you so much, Kathy, for that super chat. And love and strength to you 1,000%. Here is one for Irene. She did send in the chat, and here's her question. She wants to get a general reading. What kind of message do you have for Irene this evening? And also, while Jason is shuffling, want to give a thanks to April Weber. She says, thanks, you guys. Glad that you guys are back at it. 1,000%. We do not back down. We continue to push forward 1,000%. And SOULdier of Light is definitely on fire with the cards this evening.
Interesting. So I got the Two of Swords first, okay, Irene. So it tells me that there's some difficult decisions that you've been having to weigh, or things that have been going on, and I feel like it's about a community, or maybe people you work with, maybe the people that you're around, a community of some sort, friendships. There's some things you've been contemplating, okay, and how you should proceed. Because I have the King of Wands, so it tells me like you're a leader of something, or maybe you're in charge of something that you take care of, and I feel like something to do with children. I don't know what you do for a living, but it tells me whatever the situation is, you've had challenges with this scenario, with this group, this community, and I need to burp to get it up. So it tells me you've had challenges. So I don't know if it's felt like maybe you haven't accomplished as much as you needed to, or you feel like you haven't helped as much as you felt you could have, because I feel like it's regarding something with children. And I have the High Priestess card. So it tells me you're very, very in tune. You have that motherly energy. Tells me very divine feminine, but also tells me though that you have a lot of wisdom. So a lot of things that you're dealing with. I feel like so it tells me like you've had a lot of, you've been contemplating some things. They're telling me there's some holdoffs or some stalemates of some things that you've been weighing decisions about, because it tells me the Six of Swords. And I don't know if it's transitioning away from something you've been contemplating. It tells me maybe some decisions that you've been trying to make about, should you move on? Should you move into something different, or how you should proceed with something? Because it tells me that this is something that's helping you. You are in a transition phase in your future. You are going to transition away from maybe what you're doing or what's been bothering you. But that stalemate tells me this is something that's moving. You're going to move along. You're going to move on. Tells me, because there's something, some baggage or something from that you need to let go of. They're telling me something that's bothering you, something that's really hindering you. It's really holding you back. But it tells me that this is something, that transition is coming. And I have the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups says compassion. So it tells me whatever you do, you have compassion. You're very passionate about it. But it also tells me though that you've had some mental decisions, some difficult decisions. But it tells me mental stability is coming for you in your future. So it tells me things are balanced. It tells me healing. A healing is coming, nurturing of yourself. Tells me that's something they want you to do, okay? And caring for others. Because I have the Four of Cups next. So I don't know if you meditate. So it tells me what they want you to do is you feel disconnected. So whatever that's going on in your life, you felt disconnected from it. So it tells me you're good at it, but that's what maybe this decisions I feel, or maybe you've been contemplating some things. It tells me that you've been disconnected somewhat. And it tells me though that this is something that you've been reevaluating your life, or reevaluating the things around you. So it tells me like if you haven't meditated, they tell me that they want you to meditate. That just means even closing your eyes and slowing your breathing down, because then you align your spirit and you get out of your head when you just focus on your breathing and being present. They're telling me that's something they want you to do. And the Ten of Pentacles tells me success. Whatever you're contemplating, you're going to transition. And you're going to be very successful long term. So it tells me helping families. I don't know what this means. Whatever this is, you're going to be content You're going to be taken care of. You're going to have long-term success. And the Hierophant tells me like I'm getting institutions or groups that you work around, or courts or something like that. I feel is maybe you involved around something like that. They're telling me like this is also, you have a lot of wisdom with a lot of stuff that goes on. And it also tells me, once again, that comes back to trust, like the High Priestess card, trusting yourself, the things that you feel. I feel like this is something like you have very high standards, very high morals. And that's what they're telling me, maybe that there's a disconnect with some of the things that you're observing. So it feels like this is something that you're going to be very successful wealth or financially, and your security. You're going to be secure. And I have the 10 of Wands. So it tells me something is coming to a completion for sure for you with those 2 10s. It tells me you have a lot of hard work that you do in this. It tells me whatever is going on in your life, you have a lot on your plate. So it tells me that there's something that you will complete, and there's been a lot of hard work and a lot of extra responsibilities that you've had. And the World card. So you're going to accomplish this. You're going to complete this. You're going to move into something different, I feel. You're going to be very accomplished in the things that you're doing. So it tells me whole. You're going to be whole. So whatever this is that you felt like has been deadlocked, hasn't been moving along, these decisions you've been weighing, tells me you've been contemplating these decisions for a while now, okay? And I feel like it's revolving the institutions you're around, or maybe the group that you're with, something along that line. So it tells me that there's something with the group that you're around, that there's a disconnect at times, or things that you're seeing or observing. It tells me, and I feel like there's something to do with children. I'm not sure what this is, but they're telling me like this is, you're going to move on to something different is what I'm kind of getting. You're transitioning already. You've been contemplating these things, and this is a transition point, but you got to leave the past in the past. They're telling me that's the biggest thing for you. And then you're feeling disconnected. So they're telling me to reconnect with your spirit. And that's when you'll get the most enlightenment, and the most progress you'll see is when you do connect with your spirit. So hope that resonated with you, Irene, and thank you for the super chat.
Beautiful reading by the Soldier of Light. Thank you so much, Irene, for the super chat. Here is our last one for this evening, and it's none other than the King of Swords himself. What does the next 6 months look like for me personally? Shout out to David Wagner and to Gina, 1000%, the King and Queen of Swords.
And Gina's birthday is today.
It is?
Yep, it
Happy
is.
birthday, Gina, turning 30 years old, the big 3-0, 1000%.
That's right.
Love it.
Yeah. Yeah. Happy birthday, Gina. All right. Let's see. What are the next 6 months? Let's find out. Next 6 months. Well, I got the Temperance card. So it tells me balance. Okay. So it tells me balance is going to come for you more. It also tells me moderation for you, Dave. Because it tells me sometimes that you go gung-ho, but they tell me they want you to do things in moderation, okay? That tells me you're also going to find purpose in the things that you're doing in the next 6 months, okay? You're going to find purpose, okay? And the 9 of Wands tells me like you're gearing up for something. You've been tested, okay? It tells me with the 9 of Wands, persevere, okay? So you're gearing up for something. It also tells me maybe there's a little bit of uncertainty from you. That's what they're telling me, okay? And they also want you to work on energetic boundaries at times. I feel like sometimes that's something you need to work on. And the Knight of Swords tells me you're driven to succeed. You want to succeed. But they're telling me within the next 6 months, though, you're going to be taking actions, different actions that you maybe have done. You're defending your beliefs. So it tells me you're going to be able to defend those things that you really feel strongly about. The 3 of Wands, so it tells me a trip. You're going to be traveling in the next 6 months. So it tells me traveling. So it tells me like expansion. It tells me financially for you within the next 6 months, you're going to have expansion. Like financially, your commerce is going to expand. It tells me you've been making plans. So the things you've been preparing for, I feel like is going to come to you. And the Lover's card. So Lover's card tells me that harmony, divine in nature. Also tells me that your relationship is good. Tells me that that with Gina, that this is something you guys are strengthened together. You guys are stronger together, okay? So it tells me the choices you're making. So it tells me to remain, do things in moderation, with the purpose that you keep doing. Just keep staying in that light and keep staying forward, okay? The 9 of Swords tells me that there's some anxieties. at times. Or there are some times where you can't sleep at night because your mind doesn't stop. That's what they're telling me. And your King of Swords card is perfect for you because you're a thinker. You're in your mind all the time. So it tells me there's sometimes like insomnia at times, like you can't sleep, almost the what ifs, the not knowing. That's what they're telling me. Sometimes that can be detrimental to you. But the World card tells me that you're going to have completion, okay? Accomplishment. You're going to accomplish the things that you've been looking to accomplish. You're going to have fulfillment. You're going to be, the results are going to be attainable for you. You're going to have celebration within, I feel, the next 6 months for you. And I feel like you're going to be traveling overseas somewhere. I keep seeing a trip overseas for you, or trip across water somewhere where, like, I feel like there's going to be a trip for you for sure, where you're going to be going overseas, maybe another country, something like that. You're going to be experiencing this stuff because I have the Four of Cups. So things are going to be revalued for you. Okay, so things are going to be revalued for you. So maybe the revaluation is something that will be part of your next 6 months. You have a big part to do with it. But it tells me, though, that you've been contemplating a lot of things. It also tells me with that Four of Cups, though, that you're disconnected at times too. Like you feel disconnected from a lot of things around you. But there's a reason why you're being disconnected. It's because they want you to focus on connecting with God like you do, and continue to focus on that. And the Ten of Pentacles, you're going to be very wealthy, I think, within the next 6 months. I feel like you're going to have financial success, wealth, the legacy you're going to leave behind. You're going to help a lot of people. You're going to contribute a lot, is what they're telling me. But I have the Death card in my holding up my whole reading. Doesn't mean literal death. It means something is changing. Something is coming to an end, and something is moving into something new. It also tells me the Death card transition. So you're going to transition from what you do now into something different within the next 6 months. So traveling tells me something is inevitable. Okay, a metamorphosis of your life is going to change. Okay, so that's what they're telling me. An ending of a cycle. You're completing a cycle right now. That's what that World card as well. Completing cycles, that 10 of Pentacles. So it tells me wealth, long-term success. The things that you've done in your past are going to lead forward for you. That's going to be very successful. You're going to leave a very good legacy behind, and you're going to help a lot of people. You're going to contribute a lot. So hope that resonated with you, David, and thank you for the super chat.
There it is. Big shout out to David Wagner for sure. 1,000%. You guys can thank David Wagner personally because he was the one who bridged me and the Soldier of Light back together. Because I needed the Soldier's number because it changed. And David was the one who I reached out to, and he gave me the Soldier's new number. And that's how the Light Warrior Network was birthed. So big shout out to David Wagner. He contacted me today. He loved the show yesterday. We loved it too. And shout out to Gina as well. Happy birthday, Gina.
Yes, happy birthday, Gina. She's good. She's the woe man. She's the woe man to David. So
David's powerful couple.
David's a gung-ho guy. So once he gets something in his mind, he's hit the ground running. He doesn't take baby steps. He hits the ground running. And Gina's sometimes like, oh, man, whoa, man. That's what woman. That's why God made woman. Whoa, man. So it's telling you, slow down. Let's rethink this a little bit from more of a sit back and think this out very thoughtfully before we start jumping into things. So
right,
it's good. They're very good. They're very strong together. So
absolutely
good.
Love them 1,000%. So that did it for the super chats for tonight. So 2.5 hour mark, not too bad. I do want to play a video, and it's kind of like what we've been talking about yesterday and then today, and about fear. So I found this video on Instagram, Avery Stay Off, and then we'll play this video, and then Avery, and then we'll talk about it afterwards.
Sounds good.
We're living in a fear-based society. But what is fear? Every time you're faced with fear, you have to say to yourself, fear is nothing other than the false evidence of things that appear to be real. Fear is F for false, E evidence, A appearing real. Otherwise, face everything and run away or face everything and rise. What is the best way in this environment for us to heal ourselves to manifest ourselves. Being grateful to be alive. Spirituality is knowing that there's something greater than you. There's no better expression of spirituality than to be grateful to be alive. To be grateful that every time that you wake up in the morning, you have a chance to connect with other human beings. To be grateful that you have a chance to connect with yourself. The fastest way to let go of all of the anxiety, the fears, all of these things is move your mind from your negative emotions to something that you can be grateful for.
There it is, brother. I wanted to share that with everyone, light warriors that are watching right now. And it kind of goes back to what we've been talking about for a while now, is about being grateful for the small things, being grateful for just waking up and breathing in the morning, and giving thanks to the creator or to whatever deity, what in times of good and times of bad. So want to get your take, maybe your closing words in regards to the video that we just watched, and fear and being grateful, as we close out this episode of the Soldier of Light and his epic card pull.
Well, it's true though. I mean, we can either do with whatever information is presented to us. That's what he's telling you. You know, you can either take that fear and you can either, cower and run away, or you can take that fear that you have and conquer it and push forward. That's what this whole thing is about. These readings tonight have all been similar to that message about taking your strength back, fighting for the things that you believe in, standing strong in your truth. And even if it's ugly, I'm telling you, even if others don't want to hear it, that's fine. Doesn't matter with them. What it is that you need to stay strong. That's all these lessons that we do, even when they're hard, these lessons are always meant for you. Even if you feel it's good, if you feel it's bad, whatever you feel, it doesn't matter at this point, because when it comes to this, you're always going to be on the other side of that. You're going to be stronger for it. And hopefully you learn the lesson. That's what these are all about, is learning your lessons. These lessons will continue to come into your path until you defeat them and you move past them. That's why these things keep happening, reoccurring. It's like a cycle. You keep having this cycle happen. Like, well, why do I keep meeting the same people? Why do I keep having the same issues, relationships? Why do I keep having this? The why is because you keep these cycles that you need to break and take your strength back. That these things that you're doing, you forget how strong you are. That's what this whole thing is about, is what you do with your fear makes you. That's what we talked about on the show last night. You create your own reality. That's how powerful you are. You create your own reality. So if you take that fear and let it direct you, and let everything that you do is based on that fear, you're gonna go that route. Things are gonna be so defeating for you, so low frequency energy for you. You're gonna be like, why? But then if you take that and it's like, I'm gonna stand up. I'm done. That's drawing the line in the sand, as we talked about. That's keeping your strength. Like, I am not going to allow others to tell me what I feel anymore. I'm not going to allow others to tell me what I say anymore. I'm not going to be concerned by what others' reactions are going to be. I'm going to speak my truth, and the truth shall set you free. That's what this whole thing is about. The truth shall set you free, is what Jason mentioned to me earlier on the text. And it's true. When you can release the truth from you, even if it's hard for others to hear, or you to even say. Sometimes the truth is hard to say because we're programmed to not hurt others' feelings, or what are other, like I mentioned, the reactions, put in that box, that own matrix that you have of yourself. Once you break out of that and you just start speaking your truth, you feel so enlightened, so empowered. Like you don't want to go back. You shouldn't want to go back to that old way of feeling, that down feeling, that energy pull from you, that energy sucking, that that feeling sick, that feeling defeated, that feeling lost, that feeling depressed, that feeling anxiety. You shouldn't want to go back to that. What you want to do is continue to build and build and build and build that strength. It's like a muscle. Keep building that spiritual muscle of yours. That means overcoming your fears, overcoming your doubts, and continuing to move forward. That's what this is all about empowering yourself. And what you do with that is up to you. That's the free will. Just because things are presented to you, you can either take it and run with it, or you can take it and let it beat you. And the dark wants you to cower, and want you to run away because you're always in a state of fear. But the light wants you to, that's what this is. These tests that we've had, we've all battled our demons. We've all had skeletons in our closets. We've all done these things. But it was for God to say, overcome that darkness. Overcome it. Stand in the light. Stand in your truth. And things will progress beautifully for you because you're going to accomplish that. And you're never going to want to go back to that same scenario. That same energetic feeling that you have. Because that's why we need to purge. That's why purging is important. That's why recalling your energy is important. That's why taking your power back. And that just means, I mean, even people like family members, mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, they're all can be manipulative because they're close to you. Your best friends that you might have grown up with since you were 2 years old, 3 years old, whatever, they can be very manipulative. You may not know that, but you have a filter that you kind of put on for those around you that are close to you. You put up with more bullshit than you would somebody else that just comes into your energetic field. So this is the biggest thing that I feel like many of us starseeds have been put into difficult situations with family members and families where you feel maybe like an outcast of your family. You feel like you're not the same as, even though you're maybe from the same blood family, but you feel a little different. Maybe they come to you for things. Maybe there's answers for you. Maybe the trouble just seems to find their way to you. There's a reason why the energies attract you, because either there's lessons for you to be learned, or there's something that you need to project in order to call these things into light, in order for this to progress. These are big things that we are put here. You're called to do a lot of things, more than you feel that you've done. You feel like you've just gone through my life, waking up in the morning, going to work, coming home, running the kids around if you have kids, or just kicking your feet up and having your beer and having your dinner before you go to bed or for dinner. And then you go and do the same thing again. You feel like that's what your life is meant to do, and it's not. Every interaction you've done in your life has a purpose. Every job that you've had, there's a reason why you're in that job. It isn't because the fact that God wants you to work like that as a slave, but there's people you need to touch energetically in that environment. You're there for a reason. You're there to learn lessons for you, and you're there to teach others what you can with your energy. And that's what this is all about, is taking that. That's how powerful you are. And that's the biggest thing that I want you guys to realize. You are so powerful that the dark has to work overtime in order for you to hold you down. They have to work overtime to hold you down. And they can hold you down if you continue to let them hold you down. Living in the fear, running away. When you run away, the dark runs after you faster, and they team up on you. Because they know you're afraid, they know you have that doubt, and they feed on it. They feed on that. They like a prey. They looking like a shark with blood in the water. You're wounded. So what do? That attracts other sharks. That attracts like these dark. They just come around you and they start to just drain you. Your job is to say, no, I'm done with this. I am strong. I am divine, and you have no power here any longer. I'm releasing you into the light. And that's what you need to do confidently and stay in that power. It's a mentality difference. You have to think differently. That's what we've been programmed to think a certain way. You need to think outside of what you think before. If somebody tells you that's wrong, if you don't feel it's wrong and you said it, there's a reason why you said it. It resonates with you, so you portray it. Stay with it. I don't care what anybody tells you. That's the biggest thing that this is about. Don't allow others to detract you, to deter you. You be you, and you always be you. Don't be you for one person and be you for another person. We had this little same mini conversation last night, being what for one compared to another, and you're never yourself. You're always you for someone else. You're not you for who God created you. Created you to be a queen, created you to be a king. Kings and queens don't walk around with their tails tucked between their legs, do they? Slaves do that. Insecure people that do that. Kings and queens, he's the king of kings and the king of queens. Because you are a king and a queen. Kings and queens don't act indecisive. King and queens, they stand strong. They stand in their convictions. What I say goes. That's what this is about. You need to start acting like a king and start acting like a queen. Take your power back and stay with it. And don't let anybody else take it from you, because it's only yours to give away. It's only you allow someone to take it from you. Only you allow this energy to be affected. Even the devil could be right in front of you. Only you give the devil the power. You can also send the devil away just as easily as they come to you. That's how strong I want you to feel. Never be afraid anymore. I know it's hard. I know all of us are going through a lot of bullshit in our lives, personally, financially, family members. A lot of things are being exposed. There's a lot of disruption, but there's a reason this disruption is happening. It's for a good reason, guys. You're going to come out so much stronger from this. And you're going to thank God one day. And you're like, thank you, my Father, for everything that you put in my path, even if it's been difficult. Even if it's been difficult. Thank you, because you'll come out on the other side so beautiful, so strong. And you look back at your past and be like, wow, look where I came from. Look where I am now. Never give it away again. We've given it away since we were born. Since we were born, we've given our power away. And God didn't create you to be a beautiful gift that he's given to the world. He didn't create you to give your free will and power away to anything and everything. He wanted you to take and be strong and do something with that energy and that power he gave, that divine energy, that divine love, and that divine being that he created you to be. He wants you to be that. And that starts with you working with you taking your power back, you standing strong in your convictions, you not doubting yourself, you not second guessing yourself, and you not being manipulated by others because you feel sorry for them or you feel bad for them or you want to fix them or you want to heal them. That's not your job to do that. Your job is to heal you, protect you, heal and take care of you. By you doing that, others see your example and others are going to want to lead that way and go that way because you're leading by example, by being strong, being connected, being loved. Self-love is a huge thing. If you don't love yourself, no one can love you. No amount of money that God could ever throw in your path could ever make you happy if you're not happy with yourself. These are all things that starts, and I know we all have difficult situations, all of us do, but it all starts from inside. If you're not happy with you, no one's going to be happy with you because you're not strong enough to put your true self out there. You're holding your energy back. You're holding yourself back, and that's what a lot of these readings were tonight. People are holding themselves back. I am strong. I am loved. I am a warrior. I am no longer allowing others to detract me, deter me. I'm no longer allowing the doubts to creep into my mind. I am defeating these self-doubts. I am defeating these things that have held me back. I am releasing these things to the light for God to heal. That's what this is, the affirmations. Look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself, I love you. We don't do enough of that. I love you. Man, you're a good-looking guy. Even if it's about you portraying even the things like, man, I look fat today. Oh, man, I got a pimple today. Oh, my hair doesn't look good. Guess what that's doing? That's pulling your energy down because you're afraid of others are going to portray onto you because you're insecurity. I'm beautiful. I'm loved. I'm strong. I am enough. That's what this is. Don't look for others to complete you. You are enough. You are enough. God made you that strong where that's all you needed was God and you. And he'd take care of everything else for you. Everything else is a bonus. Even if it's ugly, it's a bonus for you. So stay in that light. Things are moving along beautifully. Many of you are learning a lot of hard truths right now about yourself. Working through these insecurities. Things are coming out for a reason. Things that you've been trying to delay and put off and avoid. That time is done. This is the time for you to not avoid anymore. It's the time for you to hit this head on like a warrior. Like that beautiful shield maiden, like a beautiful, Viking warrior that's ready to just go to war and whatever happens to the death. Like metaphorically, obviously, because we don't really die. We don't. That's just a word they brought on us. We just transition to another plane. That's all it is. We don't die. So that's the thing I want people to get out of their minds, out of their spirit. Just let that stuff go, man. That's the most self-empowering thing you could ever do is just let it go. Find something you like doing That's the biggest thing that they're telling me too. Find something that you enjoy. It brings joy to your heart. Whatever that is, something you've never done before, maybe something you have done and you stopped doing it a long time ago, but you used to enjoy doing it. Go back to something that just lets your soul sing and you accomplish so much from it. Because the more you accomplish, the more confidence you get. I am enough. That's where this whole I am enough comes into play. I am enough. I am making this happen. I am doing this through the power of God. That I am statement is so powerful. It's powerful. Why do you think Jesus even said it? Seriously. Because there's connection to spirit with that and God. Saying I am enough and I am everything. I am everything. That's the true story. You are everything. You're everything to God. He put everything he had into you to bring you here and create your soul. So keep your energy high because you're going to be called. You're being called now, but many of you are going to be called in the future for many different things than you expect your life to be now. Your life is going to change, a lot of you. But you're going to be called and you're going to complete this mission because that's what you came here to do. You volunteered for it and you're going to complete it. This is our time to break the cycles. This is our time to break the dark class that's been around all of us since many, many, many generations. This is our time to defeat that. And we are going to. It's done. It's our job to speak up, be the light, be the love, and be the voice, as we mention always, for those who have no voice. That takes back your power. That means you're confident. You're portraying that information out. You're portraying this energy out. You're continuing to be just strong and very, very, very divinely protected. That's what this is about, is taking that power back and staying in it. That's all this is about. So I really want you guys to know, thank you always for tuning in. That this show is always a little different than the ones we drop truth bombs on the other channel. If you guys, I know some of you reached out to me for my readings. If you guys haven't, check out SOULdier. She's very good. She's really good at what she does. She really is. She's hit a lot of stuff for me, home run hit. So if you guys are looking for something like a reading quickly, something like she can get you in, she's good. She's very accurate. So look for her. And I always like to promote. And if you guys like good music, somebody who's very pure, also check out in the description my nephew's channel. It's in there. He's very good. He's very God-given. He didn't sell the soul to the devil when they approached him about selling his soul out for the music that he was doing. So this is what this is about: promoting the light and destroying the dark. Same thing with those products in my description of this channel. There's a lot of these people have been hitting me up with these emails since last night. Look in the description of my channel. Products are in there. It'll take you to the companies that make these products. Okay. So some of you who want to use those and they're cheaper and they're in bulk. So it's going to be better for you if you want to use it. So you can still use those same beautiful products and just a little bit. I know there's a lot of people don't have money right now. Things are really getting worse for a lot of people. There's a reason for this. We have to all feel the pinch. We have to all feel what's going on in order for us to reach a precipice. Only at the precipice will those find the will to change. And it's going to affect everybody in some way or another. Guaranteed. So be prepared. Keep your energy high, because when you're called, you'll be ready. So thank you guys for tuning in. Anything you want to leave us with, dude?
Nope, that's beautiful. We will be live tomorrow at 5:15 Pacific Standard Time on the Light Warrior Network. Loved it, brother. Love your show. Until tomorrow, 5 Pacific Standard Time. Love and strength, Light Warriors. Love and strength. And speak your truth. Always. Love you guys.
Yes.
Bye.
Love you guys.
Bye.